All right, ladies and gentlemen from all over the world, it's time for our final event. BFM, better known as dogfighting.
The sport of kings.
Trials are done, the leaderboard is set, and now we enter the phase that decides the champion. Because an important reminder, trial scores don't carry over. Trials only buy you your seat. Dogfight decides everything.
Exactly. Trials told us what you can do alone. Dogfight shows us what you can do when another thinking human is actively trying to kill you.
Here's the format. Single elimination bracket until there are only two, and each matchup is not one and done. It's a 3-set series designed to prove who's better across multiple starts.
Which means you can't be a one-trick pony. You've got to fight from advantage, fight from disadvantage, and then fight from neutral.
Here's the breakdown. Set 1, Perch BFM, attacker role versus defender role. The higher seed starts from the attacker role. Set 2, another perch set, but reversed roles. And set 3, high aspect engagement, better known as the beam set.
And that's what makes this phase the crown. Dogfighting is not just pull harder. It's geometry, energy, timing, and most importantly, aggression.
That's what this is all about. Fundamentals. Execute the basics like a pro and let your opponent make a mistake. So, DeHiggy, what are you watching for?
Well, 3 things. 1, offensive core skills. Manage your energy and angles to gain a quick kill without giving up your positional advantage. 2, defensive core skills. Be hard to kill by constantly throwing your control zone away from your opponent. Never give up, and by God, get skinny when gun nose is a factor. And 3, for high aspect, you got to push your game plan by capitalizing on fundamental execution. Leave no turning room up for grabs. Take all of it. Build an advantage over time, and ultimately, finish the job with the gun.
Which is a great reminder. No missiles. This is guns only.
That's right. Come correct with your gun work, tighten your OODA loop, or go home empty-handed.
You said empty-handed? $10,000 are on the line. Any final words of wisdom for the competitors?
Yeah, man. If you want to win, don't die.
Ladies and gentlemen, pilots, you know what? DeHiggy, do us the honor.
Welcome to the dogfight.
Every dogfight carries a lineage of pilots who tested the edge of possibility, of machines that reshaped the sky, of battles won not just with power, but with will. Here, instinct meets intellect. Strategy meets split-second courage. And room for error disappears. Two minds, two machines, one sky. Legacy is written at the limit of control.
Oh, you thought we were going to BFM? Not just yet. We're glad you're tuning in. Thank you for everyone that's been staying patient. We're about to see BFM and the bracket that will decide who wins $10,000. But I got a fighter pilot here. So I think we should break down BFM for those that don't really understand it. So BFM stands for what?
BFM is basic fighter maneuvering. It's the purest form of getting out there into the dogfight. So BFM, dogfight, synonymous basically.
Before we do more of a deeper dive, a shout out to Nickel on the Grass. That was a beautiful film. We've had a few of them today, but it's amazing to see how we've been able to honor the past. Truly an amazing film, and I love how it was able to be depicted. But back to BFM. So how do you train for BFM? I hear you have some stories about the SFL CEO, Monk. So give me some dirt.
Yeah, funny you should bring that up. Yeah, Monk was actually in my second squadron, the Green Knights, where we first met. And I had the opportunity to train him up for Top Gun.
Wait, you trained him?
I did.
Okay, just make sure. Say it with your chest now. Let people know. You trained Monk.
I trained Monk. That's a true statement. And then he went out there to Top Gun under a very short period of time and absolutely crushed it. Then he went on to OTS-1, which is the Marine Corps' weapons school, similar to Top Gun, but more of like a mission commander type of course. Crushed that and then got invited back to be an instructor.
So all Top Gun isn't the same.
Top Gun and OTS-1 are different, yeah.
Okay, please. I don't think everyone watching understands that, so do more of a deeper dive and share that.
Yeah, so in the Navy, you've got Top Gun as their fighter weapons school. In the Marine Corps, you have OTS-1, and the course is WTI, which is Weapons and Tactics Instructor course. And then the Air Force has the WIC. So they're all basically the pinnacle of an aviator's career, where they get to go to that course and they get polished to be an instructor. They're the best of the best. They come back to their squadron and they train those guys up to be all around better. So the purpose of those schools is to make instructors, to come back to the fleet squadron, and then make every pilot in that squadron better.
Wow, that is so cool. I had no idea about that. I think it's also worth sharing, Dahigi, because as I'm doing research, and I hope those that are watching are forgiving to me, because I'm new to the DCS world, but I did a deep dive and rabbit hole, and I realized that BFM isn't something that you should be doing by choice. Even though we're going to see several BFMs, this isn't something that's voluntary usually.
Well, I mean, BFM is within visual range. So, in general, if you're in an air fight, we shoot beyond visual range. And when that happens, hopefully all the bad guys blow up before you get to the merge. But you never know. I mean, there's a lot of jamming and stuff that goes out there in today's environment, in the RF world. The chances of coming to the merge with another aircraft are real. So we need to prepare. We need to be good at fundamental basics of dogfighting, and that's what BFM is all about.
And a reminder for those that are watching, he just used the term merge. We're going to see a lot of that in the BFM. Merging is when both aircrafts are passing each other. Also share with the viewers about RAC, range, angles, and closure, and why that is so important to BFM.
Well, range, angles, and closure, that's just one of the fundamental tenets. You're trying to maintain your offensive positional advantage, and you need to manage range, angles, and closure to do so. So, range being distance, nose to tail from the other aircraft, angles being the geometry of how you're approaching the other aircraft, and then closure is, hey, let's say we're really excited, we have a gunshot we're going to employ on that guy. The defender is slow, and if we're coming in fast and we don't have our closure under control and we have a flight path overshoot, you could end up swapping from having a positional advantage to quickly becoming defensive, and that is not what you want to do in a dogfight.
No, that's not, but we possibly could see it. I want to go back to what you were saying about you training Monk, though. Let's say you're in the Hornet, Monk's in the Viper, BFM, who's winning?
Obviously, I'm going to win all day long, no question about it.
I was just told Monk would never be in the Viper as well, though.
He would never be in the Viper. He's also, very fond of the classic Hornet.
Okay, it makes sense. So both of you guys competing against each other, you're going to be taking him head on. You got this?
Absolutely, all day long.
And I'm sure if I asked Monk, he would say that he would win this with these.
You should never go into a dogfight not being confident.
Let's give some more context, because at the start of this show, we spoke about your aircraft of choice. You said the Hornet. We spoke about it in precision as well as speed. Speak about some of the advantages of the Hornet when it comes to BFM, because we're going to see a lot of them. And we're also going to show you a new view, which is going to be TACT view. But I just got it from comms. Uh-oh, it's about that time.
Oh, yeah.
BFM is about to start. We're going to go to the bracket once again to show you the matchups that's going to decide $10,000. Doesn't matter what happened with precision or speed. It comes down to BFM. We're going to see 3 different sets. First will be 2 perches, and then it will be going to be a beam set. Starting off first is Dusty and Kubi. Over to you, Classic.
Classic, I got it. Viper 3, Viper 5, welcome to the dogfight phase. We are going to execute 3 sets, 2 perch sets, followed by an beam set. Viper 3 is the higher seed. We'll fly the attacker roll first. Break. Fighters, this will be perch 1. Viper 3 attacker, Viper 5 defender. Attacker, call ready.
Viper 3 ready.
Defender, call ready.
Viper 5 ready.
3, 2, 1, fights on.
All right, DeHiggy, this is what we've been waiting for. Dusty starting off in the advantageous position for the first perch set.
Looks like we're already down on the deck.
Catch me if you can. Kubi's doing his best to neutralize this fight.
Yeah, like we talked about earlier, as a defensive aircraft, you can never give up.
This right now looks like a 2-circle fight. Is that accurate, DeHiggy?
Well, it is a 2-circle fight. You have 2 misplaced turn circles, and eventually the attacking aircraft is going to have nose to bear, and we're going to see how the defender handles this.
It appeared that on that turn recently just by Dusty that he had an opportunity in terms of range angles and closure, but he didn't employ any weapons.
Looks like he's being patient.
Remember, with the cumulative score in BFM, it's not just about killing. Both offensive and defensive skills are all going to be factored in. So just by Kubi playing really good defense, that is helping him out a lot. Right?
Let's see if Dusty can finish this with a gun.
Few misses there by,
Ooh, looks like we may have had a couple rounds.
Yeah, we'll see what happens over there, but that was it. Whew, this is what we've been waiting for.
Man, I'm excited. I mean, we already have a one gun employment shot from Dusty, hitting the skin of Kubi's aircraft. I mean, that's impressive.
Let's start off first with Kubi and acknowledging how he was able to play defense. Even though Dusty was staying patient, I think it was impressive. You're starting for the perch. Let's first break down the perch set. Explain to our viewers the perch set and how it works.
Okay, for the perch set, you're starting up about 40 degrees angle off tail with about 3,000 feet of range, but roughly a half a mile.
Okay, so for those watching, this is Dusty and that is Kubi.
That is correct.
Okay.
And so the purpose is, the offensive aircraft wants to maintain that offensive position, and he wants to get a quick kill. So just like you said, in that case, Kubi as a defensive aircraft, I think he did a really nice job of deterring or preventing Dusty from weapons employment. So, Dusty needs to get in there close with the gun and employ without having that flight path overshoot, and it took him a little bit of time to get in there. So, be curious to see how the points add up for both Dusty and Kubi on this one.
Yeah, remember, that is just the first of 3 sets. For the next set, as you heard from Classic, it's going to be reverse roles. So Kubi will now have the opportunity to be on offense in the perch set versus Dusty, who will be on defense. But overall, what do you think about the approach from Dusty when it came to being patient? Because that kind of could cost you. You want to make sure that you get to splash.
Yeah, you want to maintain that offensive advantage like we talked about, but you also have to shoot big targets.
Yes.
So he needs to get in there close. He needs to get those fangs out. He needs to get in there and employ that gun. I mean, your life is on the line. So, also something we didn't talk about, in a dogfight close to the deck like we were, these aircraft are in full afterburner and they're burning gas at their rapid rates. So you only have so much time to be engaged in a dogfight.
Yeah, and also a reminder for those watching, no matter if there's a glitch or not, because there are multiple sets, what you see will happen. So for the first set, you got a very nice shot there by Dusty. DCS lag is a dice roll, but we're having fun today, man.
Yeah, I tell you what, this is awesome. I mean, back in the dogfight arena, nothing gets better than that, man.
I mean, it was amazing to see that kill, but I have to be impressed, and I can't state it enough with Kubi. I think confidence-wise, going into this next set, that is important. Remember, we've seen Kubi have 2 crashes today, 2, both in speed and precision, and I want you guys to pay attention throughout BFM, offense and defense matters. We'll see how it all tallies up with the score, but I think Kubi has to feel good going into set 2.
Yeah, I think that performance was strong. I mean, the time to kill was extended, and that's what you want.
You can see an early splash just like that with BFM because of the starting position, correct?
Absolutely. Right now, I think it's, swapping roles. We're going to see, Kubi as the offensive aircraft.
Correct.
And hopefully, he's got his wits about him. He's got his confidence back, and he comes in here and then finishes the job with a gun. I mean, that's what it's all about. Everything that happened up to this point really is kind of trivial. It's all about who wins the dogfight.
Yeah, it's all about getting that swagger back, and I think Kubi was able to get that from that first perch. We're looking forward to seeing set number 2 between these two. It's seed number 1 versus 8, but honestly, this kind of feels unfair. Like, you got to throw the seeds out the window because we've seen how you can maneuver the course, but no one is shooting at you. You might have to deal with the low terrain or with the 3-dimensional gate. This is a brand new game.
This is real,
This
man.
is like the postseason. What you saw in precision as well as speed, that is just like the regular season. This is the playoffs. And you know what time of the year it is. It is March Madness.
It is.
National championship this weekend.
Yeah.
Final Four. We're going to get the Final Four right now. Let's just consider this the Elite 8.
That's awesome. Yeah, I'm excited to see how this unfolds. Like I said before, I'm all about, seeing the underdog, come back and have a victorious finish. I think we might see some good action out of Kubi here on this next round.
I still remember your line at this show. Only one will be victorious. And so
That
far,
is a true statement.
Yes, that is very true. All right, let's take a look once again. Dusty versus Kubi. It is the 1 seed versus the 8 seed after 2 exciting rounds or trials with speed and precision. So there you see the skills right there. 195 for Dusty and 82 for Kubi after the first set. Over to Classic for set 2.
Classic. I got it. Fighters. This will be Perch 2. Viper 5 attacker. Viper 3 defender. Attacker. Call ready.
Viper 5 ready.
Defender. Call ready. No joy.
All right, thanks, Classic. We're just making sure that both pilots are getting positioned and prepped. I mean, it feels like I'm on the edge. I'm just ready to jump.
I want to see this.
I'm ready to jump through the DCS world, but I don't want to get shot or anything. So I would hide behind a mountain with binoculars. But this has been amazing to see. So once again, Dusty came in as the number 1 overall seed for BFM after having the highest cumulative score from precision as well as speed. Kubi had 2 unfortunate crashes, but you just saw the scores after the first set. He got a couple of points. While he might not have got more points than Dusty, I think he should still be encouraged. This next set, this Perch 2, is going to determine a lot.
Oh, it is. I mean, it's payback time for Kubi. Let's see how he can handle the pressure and how well he can perform here.
Okay, so put me in the shoes of Kubi. If you're Kubi and you know what the score is that we just revealed after Perch number 1, do you try to be more aggressive or do you play your game? Because you still have 2 more sets. You have the Perch and you have the Beam. What do you think Kubi should be doing?
100% focus on the now. I mean, he's in a dogfight. Your life is on the line. So he has to, fly that jet ice cold. He's got to be in the moment, and he needs to maintain that offensive advantage. And the best thing he can do is a quick kill for, preserving his position in this fight.
Yeah, no, all of that is important. We're going to have unified impact scoring. As I mentioned, as you're seeing the BFM play out, it's not just about splash, which is killing an opponent. It's going to be about offense and defense. That's why both me and DeHiggy were trying to illustrate it was important that Kubi was playing this game of cat and mouse because you saw that factored into his score. So offense matters, defense matters, the time of the kill, all of that, as well as making sure that you can neutralize. And then for the third set, which is going to determine it all, possibly, depending on what the score is, that's going to be a beam, and we could see some kills immediately at the merge.
Absolutely. I mean, what's great about, the SFL right now is we are taking the entire fighter pilot and putting him to the test. I mean, yes, you can go out there and have a kill as the offensive attacker. I expect to see that. But we're really grading how long you maintain the offensive positional advantage. as a defender, you want to make sure that you prevent the attacker from shooting you. You do that by maneuvering your aircraft, getting skinny when gun nose is a factor.
Yes.
There's other tenets involved if we're shooting missiles, but in this fight, let's remind everybody, this is guns only. So a completely, throwback to the past, different kind of fight. When I was growing up, we always would go out there and occasionally, on a cross-country flight on the weekend, we would have guns only. And it was awesome. It completely changes the fight. Shooting with missiles is much easier, but getting in there with a gun, that's where it's at. That's where the fun is.
And that's what we're going to see today on OTS. There are no handcuffs for any of these competitors. As soon as you enter the air, game is on, fight's on. We've heard that all day. We're going to throw down some verbiage because I mentioned one of them as we saw Perch 1 about the 2 circles. So explain to our viewers 1 circle, 2 circles, scissors, things that we're going to see as both aircrafts try to maneuver the skies.
Okay, for a 1 circle fight, I think that's probably more advantageous for the...
Not even exactly what is a 1 circle, what is a 2 circle, and what is the scissors?
Sure. When you come to the merge, a 1 circle fight is when both aircraft are turning on the same circle and they are going to merge on the other side.
So nose to nose.
Nose to nose.
Both heading in the same direction.
Yep, you're basically, if you're coming to the merge, you're both going to turn to the same side, of the merge. In a 2 circle fight, you're kind of going to turn away from flight center, away from each other. You're going to describe 2 circles in the sky. And, essentially, just based on circular geometry and angles, as you're rating around your turn, if you have a turn rate that is better than the other aircraft, just do basic math. Your angles that you're going to fly through are going to happen faster, and you're going to have nose to bear on that other target, therefore equaling weapons employment. So 2 circle fight, you're going to see aircraft at higher airspeeds. So in the F-18, roughly 300 knots. In the F-16, roughly 400 plus knots. That's where those aircraft are able to, maximize their turn performance, and that's what you expect to see. So for the Hornet, if you want a quick kill, you're probably going to drive towards that 1 circle game plan and, get to that next merge with an advantageous, turn performance and hopefully have a kill at that merge.
I'm hearing apparently from folks in your squadron that you're not supposed to be using your hands, that you should be getting fined right now. Is that accurate?
You're never supposed to, shoot your watch, but I don't have any models here, so maybe in the future we could have some actual models to do some proper
demonstrations. But once a Top Gun pilot, always a Top Gun pilot, aren't you supposed to stick to that code?
In theory, absolutely. There's an expectation.
So it's different now for the SFL.
Hey, SFL, we're different, man. This is a whole new environment.
This is a whole new environment. Okay. I'm just letting you know the fines have been racking up. They've been tallying it up every time you use your hands. You might be getting in trouble.
Hey, I'm okay with that.
You sound like a dangerous man.
Hey, I am dangerous.
How dangerous? All right, DeHiggy, so you've been giving us a great breakdown of things that the viewers should be paying attention to. What are some other things? We mentioned range angles closure. We mentioned 1 circle. We mentioned 2 circle. What are other things they should pay attention to? Yo-yo is another one that would be good to illustrate to them.
Absolutely, that's exactly
You can use your hands. You're not going to get in trouble.
Okay, so if you're coming to the merge, level across, and you both turn away from flight center in a 2 circle fight, everybody's going to reference the horizon. That's something that we like to see. But in dogfighting, a lot of times you have got to get a little more creative, and we do something called out of plane maneuvering. So when you maneuver out of plane, let's just think 1 aircraft is going level across the horizon, while the other aircraft is coming out of plane and maneuvering into the vertical. Now we have something called the lift vector. So lift vector is basically coming, that's your new aim point. You're targeting the other aircraft on the other side of the circle, but you're using your lift vector to project where you're going to end up on the other side of the circle.
Wow.
So this one, if you feel like you're the attacking aircraft, you're going to want to position your lift vector towards the control zone, which is slightly aft of your adversary. So it gets a little bit more dynamic and, sometimes gets confusing and disorienting if you're trying to recreate a dogfight. You really got to nail the
geometry, especially when you're doing that angle for the yo-yo.
Absolutely. So you're exploiting the vertical, you're tightening your turn performance. You're going to slow down, pay a little bit in energy, but it's giving you the ability to gain more angles while you're doing that. So it's a cat and mouse game of rating around the circle to get nose to bear, to employ the gun. you're managing energy because you don't want to have too much speed coming into a gun employment, because we like to shoot big targets, which means we have to be close. But if I'm going 200 knots faster than my adversary, I'm quickly going to find myself defensive if I did not finish the job correctly with a gun.
Yeah, man, absolutely. That was a great breakdown. I appreciate all of that, Dahigi. It's been really fun to see and learn so much from you just the weeks leading up to this big event, global event, so many people tuning in. And because of that, I think we should check out some of the comments on YouTube. I heard you've been getting a lot of love. So for those watching right now on YouTube, I'm about to read some. Say whatever you want, but some of these comments are coming straight to air. So let's go to the SFL live broadcast and see what the folks are saying as they're tuning in right now to OTS-1. Let's see if there are any good comments about you, Dahigi.
Uh-oh.
So I see someone talking about Goat Slayer. This is male-24. Goat Slayer applied for the Air Force as a pilot, got turned down because DCS hours don't count in your flight log. Sorry to hear that. All right, let's see what other good comments we have. Someone speaking about F-22's airframe strength is derived from material including, but not limited to, titanium, carbon fiber, chrome nickel, and a single strand of Ahab's beard. Oh my gosh. It always comes back to Ahab. Hashtag High Alpha Hooligans. These people are incredible. I hope to meet you guys. I'm just letting you know. I hope to meet the High Alpha Hooligans, the entire squadron, because you guys are one of a kind. And you are hoping to get an honorary induction into the group?
Man, I want to meet these guys. I tell you what, the Ready Room banter, it's infectious, it's contagious. I mean, that's what it's like to be in a fighter squadron. I mean, stuff like that every day is the life of a fighter pilot. Walking into the Ready Room, I mean, constant jokes, giving everybody a hard time, but it's all in good spirit.
Shout out to the team behind the scenes that is making all of this possible. There's so many hands that are developing and making sure OTS-1 is a success. So we appreciate you tuning in. And there's been a specific shout out about the music. They appreciate the music that's been low under while we're talking. So that's a shout out. 1v1, me in a Waffle House, use your black FM. Okay, all right. No ejection sheet. So yeah, there have been great comments. Thank you for everybody that's been tuning in. I heard you've been getting a lot of love, Dahigi.
Oh, absolutely.
So you do not have any social media. I think, guys, that it is time for Dahigi to get some social media. Wouldn't you guys want to follow Dahigi? Look at this face. He also gave a great ad sale for Winglore, all of that. I think you need to get your own TikTok and Instagram, giving me a full breakdown of what we need to know as a fighter pilot as well as in the DCS world. If you think that is true and accurate, give a thumbs up or say Dahigi social media, come up with all of his handles and what it should be. And is it time now for us to learn why you got Dahigi, or are you still not gonna? It's only our first show.
It's still our first show, like I said before.
I'm trying.
It's classified.
Because
I can tell you, but I have to kill you.
All right, so how about this? Because a few of these guys that are competing in the competition, they come up with their own call sign. Can you give me a call sign by the end of the show?
I mean, call signs, yeah, they're different. Air Force, from what I've seen, they generally have awesome call signs like Slayer, Slugger, Conan, Viper,
And then
in the Navy Marine Corps, it's a little bit different. We generally focus on anything that we can do that is humiliating. You make a mistake as a new guy checking into your first squadron. You're trying to impress people, but you do something really dumb. Yeah, there have been some classic call signs out there.
What it is a PG bad call sign that you can share with the viewers? PG.
Ooh. I mean, there's some good ones out there.
Is there a PG bad call sign that you could?
I don't know that. I'm trying to think. Like, most of them are not very, politically correct.
Okay,
So.
you can't think of. I could. All right. Let that simmer. I planted that seed, and hopefully you can give the folks one.
Okay.
There's got to be at least one, though.
Okay.
Do you like your call sign?
Yeah, I mean, it sticks. It's unique.
There was a pause.
You absolutely
There was
have
a pause.
to keep the call sign. Yeah.
You have to keep it. There was a pause, though. You may not like your call sign. You're like, yeah.
It grows on you, man. It's part of your culture.
It is, but it's the reason why I call you Dahigi and not Rob. All right, so as we're approaching closer to BFM and making sure that everything is prepped for Kubi and Dusty, what would you like to see from these competitors when they have this amount of time? What do you think that Kubi should be thinking about? Because we're making sure everything is prepped. This is a global event. Appreciate your patience, and those that are waiting are locked in the comments. Can't wait to see what DeHiggy's social media handle should be. But what do you think both of these pilots should be thinking about? Put me into their position as they get all this adrenaline. You go through speed, you go through trials, we go through the BFM, and you go through one perch set, and then you have a little bit of a break. How do you rev the juices back up?
I mean, it's tough because you got that adrenaline pumping, you're ready to go, and then, slight little pause right now while we get it set back up again. I mean, you just got to stay focused. I mean, there's no excuses. I mean, it's a dogfight, so you're going to fight all the way as hard as you can. The defensive aircraft is going to do its best to survive. The offensive aircraft is going to do everything you can to have a quick kill. What you don't want to see is a swap in rolls.
No, you don't want to see that.
Unless you're defensive.
Yes, very true. And Dusty is going to be defensive going into this set number 2.
Correct.
So take me back first to Kubi, because you were speaking about staying in the moment. Why is that important for him, even though he's down right now? Is that because they're 3 sets?
Well, I mean, for this SFL event, I mean, we're talking the dogfight is what determines who wins and who doesn't win, right? Mm-hmm. In real life, a dogfight determines whether you get to go home to live another day or you're dead. That's it. So, I mean, everything is on the line in a dogfight. It's max intensity. It's a full physical, it is an all-out workout. I mean, you're pulling anywhere from 6, 7, 8, 9 Gs. It is very physically demanding. You're trying to look over your shoulder all the while pulling Gs and keeping sight. You cannot fight what you do not see. So you can imagine.
I like that. You cannot fight what you don't see.
In a 3-dimensional fight, if you lose sight, I mean, you're going to pay for it with your life, potentially.
Give a quick sneak peek for the viewers on some of the keys that they should be paying attention to in the merge. You spoke about it when we did the competition breakdown, but some of the things that they should be looking for, what determines the merge on who is going to be winning.
Yeah, when you merge, there's lots of things that happen at the merge. One, we're trying to take out all of the turning room. So if you merge and you're really wide, one aircraft, if they take advantage of turning room, they're going to try to take a lot of angles at that merge. If you delay or wait, that would be, potentially an error. You can stack a merge, which in this case, if you're coming low into the merge with a gun, which in a real world scenario, you don't know what type of weapons that, adversary may have.
Backpedal for a second, because we have a few people that aren't deep into the fighter pilot community or don't know what a stacked merge is. So what is a stacked merge?
The stacked merge is when you come one aircraft stacked high, one aircraft is below. So you're going to stack on top of each other. The aircraft that's below, he can take turning room by, lead turning into the vertical at that merge, so he has an angular advantage at the merge.
It's amazing how you know all this information and it doesn't leave you at all. You're just wired like that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know that, it's been obviously years since I've been in a dogfight since leaving the Marine Corps, but, it's not like riding a bike. This skill is something you need to practice over and over and over again, which is awesome because it's fun to be in a dogfight. But I mean, it's all about in real world scenario, the opportunity to, I wouldn't say the opportunity, but the chance that you end up in a real dogfight. You want to make sure you're bringing your A game into that fight because that could be your last fight.
Take me back to young DeHiggy. You said it's exciting to be in a dogfight. How is that practice?
It's just the challenge. I mean, you start out generally learning offensive BFM, starting in an offensive perch position. You want to be able to maintain your offensive advantage. And it's humbling when you show up thinking, I'm a new fighter pilot, I'm going to whoop all these old guys in the squadron.
And did you?
And they just demolish you. So, I mean, experience is a thing. I mean, you need to be experienced. You need to learn from those before you. And like we said, you're always trying to sharpen that blade to get better for the next fight.
Now, you didn't answer the question, did you? Because I know you came in as probably a young hotshot thinking you could take down all the OGs and vets.
Oh, I got humbled real quick.
Real quick?
Absolutely.
What was that humbling experience like?
I remember one time somebody said, I'm gonna whoop you, and I'm not even gonna pull more than 4 Gs in the entire fight. And it absolutely happened. I'm pulling 7, 8 Gs, trying to do everything I can to win. And yeah, they just had the sight picture. They know the lift vector placement. They know the tenets of fundamental BFM dogfight maneuvering. And and if you don't know what you're doing, you're going to get crushed.
And we're going to find out very quickly from today who knows what they're doing. So thank you for staying patient. Let's get a refresher of the bracket and where things stand. We know who's the 1 seed. That is going to be Dusty taking on Kubi. Let's take a look at where the versus stands. You have, after Perch set 1, 195 versus 82. Here's perch set 2. Over to you, Classic.
Classic. I got it. Fighters. This will be perch 2. Viper 5, attacker. Viper 3, defender. Attacker, call ready.
Viper 5 ready.
Defender, call ready.
Viper 3 ready.
3, 2, 1. Fights on.
All right, here we go. Set number 2. Kubi on offense, at least to start off. Anything popping out to you, DeHiggy?
How quickly we ended up on the deck.
Yikes!
Yes. Do not hit the deck. Man. I tell you what, you know, when we're training to a dogfight, we have something called the hard deck and the soft deck.
Okay.
You know, the hard deck is typically set about 5,000 feet above the ground, and 10,000 feet is where you set the soft deck above the ground. Yeah, particularly when you get into a dogfight, you end up in a slow speed fight. Even though we have the afterburner and all that stuff, you know, when you're maneuvering the aircraft, you know, you're going to get into a slow speed fight. So you're trying not to, you know, stall the aircraft, all the while you're trying to survive and maneuver. When the aircraft gets slow, it's not as maneuverable, obviously. So in this scenario, it looks like Dusty, as the defensive aircraft, was probably looking over his shoulder, not paying attention
A little bit too
to
much.
something that will kill you every time, and it's called Mother Earth, and it is going to win. So, you know, it looks like that's just what happened. And in a dogfight, you know, that's victory for Kubi.
Absolutely, that's a huge victory. And the timing of it, how quickly. Remember, with the UIS, the Unified Impact Scoring, all of this stuff is going to matter. The timing of how quickly that happened is important. And we're going to check out the replay once again of this. So what did you see from Kubi, or we should say Dusty, as he was looking over his shoulder and clearly didn't realize how close to the deck he was?
Yeah. Maybe at the very last second there, you saw the wings level, trying to maneuver. You know, but even though we have all the thrust, you know, from these afterburning engines, if you're slow and you're pulling back, I mean, you're not instantaneously gonna, you know, get the lift that you would like. So
Pressure makes diamonds.
No, it does. And his sink rate was high, just unrecoverable, you know, when he recognized that the ground was rushing up at him.
I have to credit you, DeHiggy. You remember what you said? How Kubi should be coming into set number 2? You said stay present.
Absolutely.
I'm curious to see how things shake out with this score. We still have one more set, and that is going to decide who advances to the semifinals. But wow, that was an amazing job by Kubi. Remember, all this is going to determine $10,000, and it is impressive to see how Kubi was able to bounce back after set 1, as well as those 2 crashes.
That's right.
This
He
is a
wants
whole
it.
new pilot.
He
said,
wants
I
it.
got this.
He's hungry. Got to redeem himself after that, right?
Oh, man.
Yeah, I think he did a great job. That was a downward spiral fight that we saw. You know, obviously from a 10,000-foot start, you know, ends up quickly on the deck, and unfortunately for Dusty, you know, just didn't recognize, you know, the ground rushing up at him. Number one thing, you got to fly that aircraft, aviate, navigate, communicate. You know, aviate, you know, slipped to the wayside for him for a second. You know, and
You got to focus on number 1, aviate.
Aviate, that's right. So can't hit that dirt ever.
That was pretty quick. That was probably going to be, I can't say it, that was amazing to see how quick the kill was, because even though it was self-inflicted, it was important for Kubi as things shake out. Now, put me in the shoes of Dusty and how he should be trying to think about set 3. Even though we don't know the scoring just yet after the first 2 sets, Dusty may be thinking, I may have to be a little bit more aggressive. Because one thing we do know, as the score is being accumulated, that kill in set 2 was a lot faster than 1.
Absolutely. I mean, time to kill is a thing. I mean, for Dusty, he's got to shake it off. He's got to put all of that behind him. He's got the high aspect a beam set in front of him, and he's got to be all in it.
I didn't know you're a fan of Taylor Swift. Just got to shake it off. You listen to Cardi B, Taylor Swift, any other surprises?
Hey, let's not go there.
Oh, you don't listen to Cardi B, sorry. Apologies, just eggs Benny, you got the rig in the bedroom. All right, Classic is set. Ladies and gents, it is time for our first of beam set, Dusty versus Kubi. Let's see how it all shakes out. Let's take a look one more time at the bracket. Dusty Kubi is 1 seed versus 8 seed. Followed by that, we'll see Mayo and Pribs. Over to you, Classic.
This will be your final set. A beam start. Call ready left.
Ready left.
Call ready right. Viper 5. Call ready right. 3, 2, 1. Fight's on.
It looks like we're first merge complete into a one circle fight.
Oh,
All right, forward quarter guns. All right, I like it.
oh yeah, they know that this is going to determine who is heading to the next round. A lot more action here when you have the merge set or the beam set. Another beam. Nose to nose.
The merge. Yeah.
Oh
right.
man, one circle, nose to nose.
Nose to
Someone's going to
nose.
employ guns.
Notice we're back on the deck again, though. Oh,
Splash. Kubi is
Kubi.
down. Kubi is down. Woo!
man. I mean, that was intense. We saw 3 one circle merges there, down on the deck. Wow.
Kill or be killed. This is what BFM is all about. They're going to calculate the final score to see who advances to the next round. But we said Dusty had to come in here and make sure that guns were blazing. And I loved how both competitors were aggressive.
I mean, aggression is what it is all about in high aspect BFM. We're starting from a neutral start, and right from the turn in, both aircraft starting here, they're both turning in, and it is fights on from the turn in. So you
Several
could
one
have
circles.
employments.
Take another look at this and walk me through as we're seeing several one circles. And that was one of the merges that they passed through.
Here we go. Now we're on the deck. You can see we got to save the deck. Now he has the opportunity to load a high for the employment. That was some impressive work, man.
All right, Dusty, we see you.
I mean, Dusty,
Yes.
he was one of our top competitors from the beginning, and he's showing it now for sure.
Yeah, here's the angle through the lens of Kubi on the beam set. Down goes Kubi. Woo! Man, that was exciting.
I mean, that is something that you don't get to see in real world.
How many more of those do we have?
We got
We got a lot more.
A lot more. This is awesome.
A lot more. We're going to calculate and see between Kubi and Dusty who will be advancing. That was exciting. Every single competition that you see throughout this BFM bracket, you're going to see it in that style. There'll be 2 perches, and then there'll be a BFM. You'll be hearing Classic giving the instructions to the competitors. But that was thrilling.
I mean,
This is what we've been waiting for all day long. And I think it's exceeding my expectations. I've only had one.
I mean, I'm stoked. I mean, what's amazing about this to me is in training, we're shooting imaginary missiles, we're shooting imaginary bullets, you know, because obviously you don't want to shoot your wingman down or your buddies that you're training with. But in this arena, you could actually see the footage of wreckage falling off an aircraft as you're gunning them. I mean, that is awesome.
That was great to see. Several one circles, and numerous times they kept going back, and neither one of them wanted to be defensive. They knew what was at stake, and they were leaving it all out on the line. And it's safe to say between Dusty as well as Kubi, both of them want that 10K. Who wouldn't want 10K?
I mean, they were going for it.
I mean, scared money don't make money.
Man, $10,000. Trying to think all the things you could do with that.
I think you literally were just thinking about all the things you could do with some 10K right now. Oh, man. I think you are interested in entering into this competition, but I still need you. You're my wingman.
Yeah, I'm here as your wingman, but I tell you what, I'm excited about this. I want a piece of it.
All right, let's take a look at next up what we have in the BFM bracket. We have Kubi. Congrats. He is advancing thanks to a higher cumulative score. And then we have 2 seed versus 7 seed. It's time for Mayo and Pribs. Over to you, Classic.
Classic, I got it. Hornet 4, Hornet 6. Welcome to the dogfight phase. We're going to execute 3 sets, 2 perch, followed by an beam set. Hornet 4 is the higher seed. We'll apply the attacker roll first. Fighters, this will be Purge 1. Hornet 4, attacker. Hornet 6, defender. Attacker, call ready.
Hornet 4 ready.
Defender, call ready. 3, 2, 1, fights on.
Well,
Whoa.
that was quick. That's what happens in a perch.
That was
Splash.
fast. Wow.
Mayo, he's not here to play. The youngest competitor in the field. Pardon, I said 2 versus 7 seed, 4 versus 5 seed, an easy kill against Pribs. That was impressive.
I tell you what, that happened so fast. That is what you want in real life as well.
That
you
was
want
the
to be aggressive.
fastest kill that we've had of the day. Immediately took care of business, and Mayo understands what's on the line, not just in terms of money, but when it comes to the UIS, the timing matters. Take a look again, DeHiggy, on how this took place.
Textbook. Steady hand. He's got his gun nose out in front, and the defending aircraft, is flying right through those rounds. That is textbook.
Just a reminder of why you saw a little delay. We're working through some things, but that's just normal with the mini delay as we have a little bit of a lag. But congrats to Mayo. That was flawless. An easy kill on Pribs, and that is the 4 seed versus the 5 seed. But just like we saw in the last round, things are still young. And now Pribs is going to have an opportunity to show the young 24-year-old from Italy, hey, I can do that too.
It's payback time.
Range, angles, and closure. That was a flawless shot. What did you like about how he immediately took an opportunity to kill him on the perch?
I mean, we're talking aggression. He was fangs out from the beginning. He went for the kill right up, right from the start. I mean, that was his mindset. I got to take this guy out. And he immediately, sacrificed a few angles, but, he was steady on his hands, and he had a very, very, very textbook gun employment. Shooting big targets.
Shoot big targets. He did. Congrats to Mayo, but now Pribs will have an opportunity to have reverse roles. We're going to be sending it over to Classic soon. But Mayo, the youngest competitor in the field, leading up to this event, guy from Italy. I saw so many people throwing the Italian flag up there. Remember, we have 5 different countries. This is a global event, 3 different continents. I haven't been to Italy. I know you have, though.
I've passed through. I have not spent any time. Matter of fact, I think we're trying to go there this summer, so I'm excited to go check it out.
Nice. I like that. Should go to the Amalfi Coast or something. Yeah. Where are you taking a visit to specifically?
I think we're going to go into Rome first and then explore from there.
Okay. All right. And you're going to definitely love it there. Amalfi Coast, you should try that as well.
Absolutely.
Are you a big fan of Italian food?
I mean, that's what we're most excited about is just the amazing food. You hear all about it. I want to go check it out for real.
Yeah, it makes sense. And you got to see the Vatican as well as the Colosseum.
Absolutely.
And all that. Love that for you. All right, shout out to those that are watching, possibly that are from Italy, and to all the viewers that are locked in. We have one person that has advanced so far, and that is Kubi. Next up is going to be Pribs and Mayo. Mayo has won the first perch. We're getting both fighters set for perch set 2, and it has been good to see. A few things about Mayo, as we mentioned, it is 24 years old, and he's been doing this since he was a teen. That just speaks about the strength of the DCS world.
I mean, he grew up in that environment. His simulator experience, 10 plus years. I mean, this is what he knows. I like to think the younger competitors have a more elastic, brain, more aptitude to hands-on throttle and stick, HOTAS switchology. I think we're going to see a tremendous performance out of Mayo today, as well as in OTSs in the future.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to. Ooh, I like what you did there. You just dropped that in there, in the future. Yeah, this is just number 1, y'all. OTS number 1, and we're having a lot of fun. There's a 15-year age difference between Pribs and Mayo. Worth noting, Pribs has only been doing DCS for 2 years, but I think it's just a testament to how he's been able to navigate SFL and still get a qualifying score that's high enough to compete in this. Only 2 years, and he's still skilled enough to be here. He got the 5 seed after the precision and speed.
That is impressive. Nothing to overlook. I mean, again, I think in dogfighting, experience is huge. I mean, the more experience you have, the more reps you've seen, that just makes you better. So, that's what it's all about, improving from your previous performance.
Yeah, it makes total sense. We have no discrimination at all. We have competitors as young as 24 with Mayo, and so many competitors that are much older. I'm not going to say that they're old, well marinated, well seasoned. That sounds a little better.
Experience, more wise.
More wise. That's a better terminology and a way to frame it. But Mayo and Pribs have both been amazing, and they've both been one of the strongest competitors, seeded at seeds 4 and 5 in the competition so far. Let me get a little prediction from you. How do you think set 2 is going to go? You see a quick kill from Pribs?
I mean, it's payback time for Pribs, man. This is an aggressive sport, and he might have learned a thing from the defensive perspective, on how the attacker conducted that attack. So perhaps he's going to do the same thing. You never know. So, it's difficult sometimes to swap from offensive to defensive, but that's a skill set you need to have, because in a real-world dogfight, you may swap roles from offensive to defensive, as the fight, progresses. So you need to be able to perform in both positions. I mean, it's probably defensive even more critically to survive, into an offensive position and then finish it with a gun. So,
yeah. You just speaking about how the future OTS is. Let's go about the live professional series. Sibley had a great interview and sit down with Monk about the future. I know you got the rig in the crib right now in the room, and you have things blasting. What do you think about the future of where SFL is going? Can you imagine us sitting here at the desk, crowd to the left, crowd to the right, rigs, walk-up music by guys? What do you think about the future big LED wall on the back? What do you think about the future of SFL?
I think it's going worldwide, global. I mean, from my perspective, looking at this, I'm just intrigued by the realism of this dogfight, things that you cannot simulate in training. Right now, the one thing that I think we separate the digital simulated world from the real world is just being in the aircraft, the amount of G-force that your body goes under to keep the blood in your brain so you don't black out and you can continue the fight, right? I think there is potentially a future as we move into more live, simulation with motion simulators. Potentially,
there'll be an oxygen mask as well in there. We're going to see these rigs in person.
I mean, you can take an oxygen mask and reduce the amount of oxygen flow that you're receiving to simulate, the fatigue that goes on in a dogfight. Hopefully not hypoxia, but there is certainly fatigue that you experience when you're fighting. You got to stay in that fight, though.
Heat, temperature.
Absolutely. The other thing is the G-forces. I mean, this is a leap way to the future. We all go through, the spin and puke, the centrifuge training. But if you have the ability to combine that with the real live motion simulation environment in the DCS world, I mean, that would be the pinnacle. I have no doubt. I'm humble enough to say that I think if I jumped in the arena, versus Mayo or Viper or Retro, any one of these competitors, I would be way outpaced by these guys because I'm not familiar with operating, the systems that these guys are operating. It's just a completely different environment.
I'm gonna hold you to this. When SFL has the first LPS, we're both gonna get in the rig and we're gonna find out who has the better score between me and you.
Hey, there's no doubt. In that scenario,
See,
in that scenario,
you're gonna wax me.
I'm gonna unleash the fury. I mean, it is gonna be.
You were humble.
It'll be like clubbing baby seals.
You don't know my skills. Like you're not familiar with my game.
I know enough that you don't know what you don't know.
Touche. I can't even try to flex. I know that he would probably have a higher score, but we're excited for the future of SFL as well as the LPS. This is just one of several OTSs. Thank you for everyone that's being patient and tuning in. It's a global event. Numerous people from different countries are locked in and continents. It's excited to actually see we finally got here. So much work, years in the making, so many people behind the scenes that have put their sweat equity into this, and it's amazing to be sitting here next to you, man. This has been a great weekend.
It's amazing. It's incredible to see all the work that goes on behind the scenes. I mean, how awesome is it that we have somebody sitting in France, somebody sitting in the USA, dogfighting for real against each other in this environment. It is unbelievable that, to have that capability. It is the work that goes on behind the scenes to make this happen. I'm in awe of all of it. It is very impressive.
It certainly has been. Remember, we had people qualify from 36 different countries. Everybody wanted a shot at the first SFL OTS, but only 8 were picked. We even had an alternate that was bumped up. Let's take a look and remind everyone how the seating stacks up. 1v1 dogfight bracket. We already saw one defender or competitor go down. That was Dusty losing to Kubi, an upset of sorts. Kubi was the 8th seed, Dusty the number 1 overall seed. Right now we're seeing Mayo take on Pribs. We have Italy versus the US there. Viper came in as the number 1 overall seed. He'll be taking on Retro from the US. Justin, no relation to me. And then you have Wolf representing Brazil. Tomas, he came in as the number 2 overall seed. He'll be taking on Ahab. High Alpha Hooligans are in the building.
Absolutely.
Ahab, I'm excited to see how he plays, as well as Retro. All these competitors have been amazing. They all deserve their flowers just to get here. Think about all the entries that were submitted outside of just competing in the event. It is a success just to be here and to be a part of this very first event.
Absolutely. I want to reiterate one thing for our viewers regarding the scoring. So with Dusty versus Kubi.
Yes, we should go back to that.
I want to take a look at one note there. I mean, obviously, there were some errors made, mistakes made. Dusty, had the solid kill in a high aspect BFM, but overall, these 3 events are all scored under the UIS system, and based on the amount of time to kill when
Dusty was in set 1.
Yep, and Kubi was defensive. I think he scored his advantage in the defensive arena is what allowed him to progress to the next bracket. So, it's not necessarily who has more kills. It's who performs better in the offensive and defensive roles.
All right, so on to the next. Let's check out seeds 4 versus 5. One set is in the books. Let's go to set number 2. Over to you, Classic.
Classic, I got it. Fighters, this will be Purge 2. Hornet 6, attacker. Hornet 4, defender. Attacker, call ready.
Hornet 6 ready.
Defender, call ready.
Hornet 4 ready.
3, 2, 1, fights on.
All right, here we go.
Yeah.
Reverse roles.
It's like Mayo's doing a good job of throwing that control zone away from the attacker. Let's see what Prims has got. Ooh. Saw a gun employment from Prims and a miss.
Mayo doing a really good job. Remember, all of this is, oh,
That's unfortunate.
self-inflicted. Yikes, Pribs.
Man.
That's tough. That's tough. That hurts right there. You start off offensive, and then you fly into the deck. What did you see there from Pribs?
Is that what we saw there? I was taking a look at the other video there, but so we had Mayo was starting out defensive with Prims as the attacker.
Yes.
Okay.
I saw Pribs fly into the deck.
Yeah, that is not good as the attacker aircraft. That'll cost you.
Yeah, that was a very tough loss for Pribs. All right, let's take a look once again how it all played out. I know you were jotting down some notes, my guy. So here is the replay. Mayo started off defensive. You said Pribs tried to shoot, but he missed there. There's Pribs there in the distance. Here's an angle, a better POV of what Pribs aircraft looked like, and then straight into the deck. So you don't need to calculate the scores. Now I don't need to wait to tell you that Pribs is trailing mightily after the first 2 sets.
I would agree. Something we talked about earlier. I mean, we want to be aggressive. I think in that scenario right there, Prims, now he's swapped roles. He's attacking. He wants to have that quick kill. He got way too aggressive. He had an in-close flight path overshoot of the defensive aircraft and didn't honor the deck. So in this case, we're not in training anymore. There is no hard deck and soft deck. It is the actual Earth that is going to create the kill. And, a kill is a kill.
Earth is undefeated all time?
Undefeated, always. It will always win.
All right, it's time for our very final set between seeds 4 and 5, Mayo versus Pribs. Over to Classic for the final set. All right.
Pribs, radio check on comm 2. How do you read? Pribs, Classic. How do you read on comm 2?
Good comms on comm 2.
Okay, hey, listen, guys, we're having a delay in the studio just with the video coming back to us. So I'm going to call, or I'm going to put you guys on run. And then I'm going to say 3, 2, 1, fights on. So just fly straight and level, stay beam each other, and don't fight until I say fights on. Does that make sense for you guys?
Yep. Go code is fights on.
All right, guys, as you're looking here at 1v1 Mayo versus Pribs, you see how the first two sets stacked up, so it's going to be all on the line here for Pribs. What is the approach that he should be taking, Dahigi, for this final set, which is the Abin?
I mean, he needs to stick to the tenets of BFM. I mean, you need to control the merge, you need to control your range, angles, and closure. You need an aggressive pressure mindset, and you got to work out a plan to to get a quick kill.
Yeah, it's going to be certainly an uphill battle for Pribs. It was an early kill by Mayo in set number 1. Mayo started as the offensive because he is the higher seed. And then in the following set 2, where Pribs was starting on offense, you had him with a self-inflicted kill as he flied into the deck. Now it's time to set up this set number 3. Let's see what Pribs can do and if he can try to come back.
I got it. Fighters, this will be the final set. A beam start. Call ready left.
Order 4 ready.
Call ready right.
Order 6 ready.
3, 2, 1. Fights on.
All right, for those watching, the very bottom screen with Pribs versus Mayo is what's called a tact view. It's great to see the angles that are taken by both aircrafts. It's all on the line here for Pribs, Dahigi. He's got to try to get a kill of Mayo if he wants to advance to the next round.
It looks like Mayo just lost a rudder. I think that gun employment that we saw from Pribs had some effects on target.
Oh, nice. Well, that was much needed.
Man, I mean, that was not necessarily textbook employment, but a kill is a kill. It looks like Pribs was able to squeeze off a few rounds at that merge that we saw, and it impacted the vertical tail of Mayo's aircraft, which leads to uncontrollability.
Yeah, now we'll see how the score shakes out. It was still an uphill battle, but Pribs has to at least feel good that he got at least one kill.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at the replay because I was looking at the different tactics as things played out. What did you see here from Pribs?
I saw, he's going. There's the employment.
And you're saying it wasn't textbook. Why is that?
It was a forward quarter gunshot, which generally you like to saddle up in the control zone so you're steady and able to control that gun, hit big targets. It's very difficult, for a forward quarter gunshot. But in this scenario, what we saw from Mayo is he did not honor that gun nose. He maintained his aircraft in plane, and it made it relatively easy for Pribs to have an effective gunshot there.
Yeah, Pribs shot off his right rear stab, and that was able to lay down Mayo as he went down. but Mayo still did win the first 2 sets. There's the splash, and you see Mayo going down to the ground. The winner of Mayo versus Pribs will get an opportunity to take on Kubi in the next round. Kubi eliminated the #1 seed coming into the BFM bracket, which was Dusty. This is the 4 seed versus the 5 seed. Based off of what we saw so far, I think the hand has to be in Mayo's favor as they calculate the final score.
Yeah, I would agree with you. We'll see how it plays out, though. I mean, it'd be very interesting, that quick kill, we saw in the first set. Yeah,
that set the tone. And I think that's a note to self for any of the higher seeds. You can set the tone and dictate the entire flow of your bracket, or pardon, of your 1v1. If you start on offense in the first perch set, that you get an early quick kill.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and again, you gotta fight every single set as its own entity. You cannot be focused on what happened in the past. You got to be in the now, right now, and focus on that fight you're in.
All right, let's head to the bracket and see who is advancing to the next round. As we mentioned, it's Mayo, the 24-year-old from Italy. He'll be taking on Kubi in the semifinals. Congrats to Mayo. Now we're on to seeds 3 and 6. It's going to be Viper versus Retro. Viper, to no surprise, will be flying a Viper. Retro from the U.S., also known as Justin. Those two will be facing off for an opportunity to advance to the quarterfinals. We started out with 8. 2 people have already advanced to the semis. The Higgy is getting hot.
I'm excited, man. I mean, in this round, Viper was our #1 qualifier. Retro was our alternate that bumped up. But guess what? It doesn't matter in the dogfight.
It doesn't. Over to Classic. Let's get this going.
Classic, I got it. Viper 1, 4 to 8. Welcome to the dogfight phase. We're going to execute 3 sets, 2 perch sets followed by a beam set. Viper 1 is the higher seed, and we'll apply the attacker roll first. Break. Fighters, this will be perch 1. Viper 1, attacker, 4 to 8, defender, attacker, call ready.
Viper 1 ready.
Defender, call ready. Defender, call ready. 3, 2, 1, fights on.
All right, things are starting.
Yeah, Viper 1's aggressive. He's got those fangs out.
Remember, Viper came in to this competition as the #1 overall seed.
I think we may have seen rounds on target. We got some impacts on Retro. Oh, no.
Oh! Down goes Retro, and that is why Viper was the #1 overall seed.
Ice cold, man.
You said he was Iceman.
Yeah, I tell you what, I mean, he did a great job. You saw aggressiveness, you saw fangs out, you saw discipline with his trigger control, meaning you only have so many rounds in the aircraft to shoot. If you shoot them all because you're undisciplined and you just spray bullets out there and you're not having impact on target, you may run out of rounds, which is a bad thing in a dogfight.
You know what the best thing about having replays is that we could do them in slow motion.
Oh, yeah.
Let's check out a replay of how that all went down between Viper and Retro. Slow motion action. What are you seeing here from Mario Schweiger, a.k.a. Viper?
I see, a good job out of the defender redefining the fight, but unfortunately his plane of motion was in line. It looks like he may have clipped the elevator of Retro's F-18.
And what did you tell me? A kill is a kill, right?
Kill is a kill. That's
kill
right,
is a kill.
baby.
Doesn't matter how you stack it all up. Strong start there by Viper, and now Retro has to return the favor.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, again, leave what happened in the past, get back in the moment, and let's swap roles and see how they do in the opposite positions. This is going to be awesome.
As we mentioned all throughout this competition, while you weren't able to see the submission video by all of these great competitors, Retro probably had the most personality, and it was top notch, and he was beaming with confidence. So I say all that to say that he's probably sitting back in his chair like, all right, I got you, Viper. Let's do this.
He's going to bring it. Absolutely. I mean, this guy has the character or the persona of what you'd expect from your stereotypical fighter pilot. I mean, he's got his Ray-Ban shades on, he's got the confidence, the attitude, but he also brings incredible experience in the DCS arena. Over 4,000 hours flying multiple different aircraft. Something to be said about that.
No, it certainly does. That experience does matter, and it will stack up. Walk me through a hypothetical as we're getting ready for both pilots to get ready for set 2. If Justin, who is also known as Retro, does not get an early kill on Viper, walk me through what his approach should be. Should he still be trying to be composed? Because the timing of these kills matter.
I think in a dogfight, time to kill is probably the most critical. You don't want to be in a protracted, fight where you're low on gas, away from any runways to land on, undisciplined, gun employment equals no rounds left. That's not a position you want to end up in. So I think, the name of this game is a quick kill. You got to be disciplined. You need to have a steady hand, and you need to get those rounds with your gun nose in front of your adversary, and you need to have a proper gun employment to make sure you have effects on target.
All right, let's take a look at where things stand after the first set between Viper and Retro. 1 set down, 2 more to go. To no surprise, Viper the victor after the first. Let's send it over to Classic for set 2.
Classic, I got it. Fighters, this will be Perch 2. Hornet 8, attacker. Viper 1, defender. Attacker, call ready.
Hornet 8, ready.
Call ready. 3, 2, 1, fights on.
All right, DeHiggy, here we go. Viper versus Hornet.
Yeah.
Retro versus Viper.
Retro's got his fags out.
He's not playing any games, looking for that early splash.
Yep.
Viper doing his best to neutralize and stay away from him as much as possible.
Oh man, I tell you what, Viper did a pretty good job there defending, but we're working out a plan here. Watch.
Be careful, don't get too close to that deck, Viper. Oh!
Viper's doing a good job staying alive.
Yeah, he is.
Don't give up. Maneuver that control zone.
We saw 100 feet, that looked like 10 feet close to the ground.
That's where you want to be. If you're on the deck, it is hard to shoot the gun because you actually have to unload the nose of the aircraft to shoot the gun.
That is a great point, DeHiggy, and that's why it looked like Justin wasn't able to execute the kill on that. This is great. This is great defense by Viper. Remember, offense and defense factor all into this. You have to be encouraged by this set if you're Viper.
I tell you what, Viper's doing an amazing job.
Do
not hit the deck, brother.
Hey, at this point, he's maneuvering. He's denying that Wes.
Absolutely.
Retro has to try to get a kill. Viper once again close to the. Yeah. Oh man! Wow. Viper says, "I live for this.
That was
this
intense.
is what I do."
That was intense.
There's a 90-second time limit on the perch sets. Congrats, 90-second clock. Congrats to Viper. He was able to escape without getting killed. Let's walk me through the defense. We're going to get a replay, but what did you say about when Viper was so close? Why is it a lot harder to kill someone when they're closer to the grounds?
Well, on the F-18, in most, fighter aircraft designed to shoot other aircraft, there's typically super fast track crossing rates. And, when you're in a dogfight and you're trying to pull lead, but you're on your limiter and you can't get there, having a gun that is canted about 2 degrees nose up from the longitudinal center of your aircraft, it allows you to maneuver and put your gun rounds out in front with lead. Because you need to have lead as those aircraft are flying through the sky.
I was just told by comms you're going to be fined again because you're using your hands.
Hey, that's okay.
We have the replay. You're going to be fined plenty of times. All right, once again, Viper staying close to the ground. We saw a few of these courses that we had in trials where they were just 100 feet, 31 meters above ground level. It felt like Viper lived for that. He was like, I'm cool with this. I'm comfortable here.
Yeah, remember as a defensive aircraft, time to kill is your friend.
Yes.
So you want to You want to survive as long as you can, and looks like he's egressing away. If you're close to the ground, that's also advantageous for you.
At every point, I thought that Viper possibly was going to crash. That was a strong tone setter. There's a reason why he came into this competition as the #1 overall seed. While he didn't have the high scores today from both precision as well as speed and precision, it's been amazing to see how he's able to navigate that course. Both of those done well by Viper. All right, one more set between Viper and Retro. Who's going to advance to the next round? Let's send it over to Classic for the final set.
Classic, I got it. Fighters, this will be the final set. A beam start. Call ready left. Call ready right. 3, 2, 1, fights on.
All right, Dahiggy, if you're Retro, it's got to be aggression. You're way behind.
That's it. See what happens at the next merge. All right, so we're in a vertical fight. Got a Viper over the top, coming from high to low. Retro down low, low to high.
Once again, great defense by Viper. I think Viper should just be trying to play escape. He knows how the first 2 sets went, and it feels like this game is well into his hands. He's in control.
I would always be going for the kill, though, Justin.
Of course, you would always be going for the kill, but Viper knows 10K is on the line. He's just being strategic. It's amazing to see that bottom screen. Shout out to Lefty that's able to give us a tack view as you're able to see how both of these aircrafts are flying in real time. Oh! Hey, what did you say? You go for the kill, and what did you get?
You got the kill.
You got the kill.
There we go.
That's what we would call a flawless victory.
I mean, outstanding performance from Viper today. I mean, that was impressive. You know, obviously you understand why he came into this in the #1 position, and his performance showed it for sure today.
It certainly did. Just when I thought he was going to be strategic and fall back, take another look at how Viper was able to execute this kill. He ran workshop. This is what you would call bring the brooms out. How did he make this happen?
Here we go. So he's coming low, from high to low. He's pulling lead. He's got energy on the aircraft, breaking away from the wreckage. That was textbook.
It certainly was. A reminder to those watching, we saw in the second set how things ended early because Viper was able to escape a kill. Perch sets are 90 seconds. High aspect, 120 seconds, so a little bit more time. Great job all around, though, by Viper, and he certainly cemented his status, and he's moving on to the semifinals.
I think we're going to see some impressive work out of Viper in the next set as well.
It certainly has been. Appreciate everyone that's been locked in to the first SFL OTS. It's been a long day. We know we had some maintenance checks, but trust me, it's okay. We're having a good time here. We appreciate you guys, all the comments that have been tuning in, all the support, but the pilots have also had a long day, and they've been working through some things, but we finally got here. BFM, so far, 3 tickets have been punched into the semifinals. Let's take a look at the bracket. We already know who's heading to the next, and that's Viper. A flawless victory. But who will Viper be playing? Will it be Wolf, or will it be the legend of Ahab? That's right. Wolf came in his here as the #2 overall seed. Meanwhile, Ahab came in as the 7, both with a lot to prove. Wolf representing Brazil, meanwhile, Ahab representing US. All right, give me your early diagnosis or synopsis of these two going after each other. What are you expecting?
I mean, I expect to see some pure awesomeness out of Ahab. I mean, I know the boys in the High Alpha Hooligans have trained him well, and I expect to see his performance today in this dogfight. This is going to be good.
This is going to be good. And guess what? You've been enjoying these beam sets, right?
Oh, I mean, these are awesome.
I just got some news. Listen up, ladies and gentlemen. No more perch. In the semifinals, it's going to be all a beam. Oh yeah.
Nice.
That is going to change everything.
Bring the intensity.
It is good. We're going to see some early kills. Yeah, it's going to be intense. But once again, we still have one more ticket to be punched into the semifinals. Ahab taking on Wolf, number 2 seed versus the 7 seed. Both of these competitors are really good. And I know that Ahab has his boys that are excited to see him. The squadron, High Alpha Hooligans. They're in the building. They're watching. They're locked in. Ahab locked into his red chair. But I think Wolf, he may be taking this a little bit personal. He's saying, I got people too that are in my corner. Brazil, that's a beautiful place.
Yeah, Wolf's flying with the Harpia.
He is the Harpia Squadron.
See what they've got.
That is the next seed that is going to be punched. Let's first react to what I just shared with the viewers. Your reaction to knowing that in the semis, it's all a beam. How does that change things?
I mean, you have got to be aggressive from the get-go. You only got one shot at it. So intensity matters, fundamentals matter, and I'd be going for the quick kill.
Every time?
Every time.
Okay. All right, so we have one more set left between our partner. We have one more round left in the first round. 3 tickets have been punched. The Elite 8 was good. We're almost at the Final 4, and that last seed is going to be determined between Ahab taking on Wolf. Both of these competitors have been great. Wolf was able to do really well in precision in addition to speed. As you mentioned, he's repping the Harpia Squadron. Some more information about Wolf because he is a vet in the DCS world, and I think that may show. 27 years, he's been doing this since 1999. We've seen some people that are just new to this, in addition to some people that have been doing this for years. So many wide variety of backgrounds, Dahigi. It's been amazing.
Yeah, man, I'm impressed with just the variety. I mean, you have people that have real private pilot's license. We've got
like
people,
Wolf?
Like Wolf, absolutely. You know, and people that are that got brought up in this environment from the beginning. I mean, there's experience there. And I think that's what we're going to put to the test in this next fight. So I'm excited for this.
I still take the slight a little bit personal that you said that you would easily beat me if we were to compete in this when the rig is ready and we're all set for LPS. But against these competitors, you would take a little bit more of a humble pie. I mean, some of these guys, DCS for 2 years. Maybe I'll start training on DCS. Who wants to train Justin on DCS and help me beat this guy in LPS for the first one? Please, at me. Put it in the YouTube threads. I'm ready. I got some time on my hands. At Justin Walters TV. Hit me up on social media. I come with an open hand. I am ready, DCS world. I'm going to beat this guy for LPS, and we're going to make sure it's broadcasted.
I'm going to basically try to join the High Alpha Harpias, man.
No, they're not going to accept you now. See, you can't accept him. I will also be willing to submit an entry for the High Alpha Hooligans, as well as the Harpia Squadron. I'm open to anybody.
Well, maybe there's another squadron in there that we don't know about yet. I mean, this world is immense. I mean, the amount of people that are out there in these squadrons, it is awesome to see, man. These guys are having a good time. They're training. But
we appreciate the support. I'm serious, though. I do want to be part of the DCS world. And thanks for everyone that's locking in. Let's take a look once again how things have shaken out because we have one more first round matchup to go. It is Wolf versus Ahab, Brazil versus the US. Per usual, we got 3 sets. The winner of this is going to be taking on Viper, Wolf, Ahab, High Alpha Hooligans, Harpia Squadron. Man, it's exciting. The Higgy's coming down to this. This is the last 2. This is like the opening round. All right, so what we see from both of these pilots, they have the skills of 180 and 174. That's because what we saw from them in speed and precision. But it's safe to say that that doesn't matter because remember, the very first round matchup that we had was an upset, relatively. An 8 seed upsetting a number 1 seed.
Absolutely.
Do you have to have selective amnesia as a competitor? If you're Ahab as well as Wolf, do not think about what took place during precision or speed.
I think that's behind these guys. I mean, I think they're in the in the fight right now. They're mentally getting composed and they're ready to get after it. I mean, that's the name of the game. I mean, the fight right now matters. What happened in the past, yeah, that's old news.
That is, but I do think that some people could be fueled by their past. I'd be curious to see how far Kubi advances and if he speaks about the molding that happened after the 2 bad crashes and how he came into this with a different mindset. I think all of this build-up matters. These storylines for all of these players and competitors, $10,000 that are on the line. And I think it's important that both of those trial runs were essentially possibly a dress rehearsal, but different skills were utilized.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think it's, it's very telling, the experience that these guys have, how they're able to handle the pressure. I think Kubi, he bounced back well, and I think we're going to see, some solid performance out of him in the next bracket. But with anything, what matters is the fight you're in right now, not the fight that happened in the past.
It doesn't.
You got to advance. You got to get your composure, and you got to bring that aggression. That's the bottom line. It's all about aggressiveness in this sport.
It is. As we're waiting for the final first round matchup between Ahab and Wolf, we're going to take a look at some of the YouTube comments. I'm curious to see what your possible handle was, or if anyone is open to helping me
I'm taking notes.
The DCS world. Hi, Alpha Hooligan. I see you just joined as a defender. F-16 is just better. Do you concur?
I do not concur.
I know you don't. We have Spraya of Jekka says the F-16 is much better. Well, if you believe the F-16 is much better, we're going to invite you to enter the fight, lock in for when we have LPS or OTS-2 and see how you're able to maneuver. Because all these competitors, this is tough. They're making it look easy at times. So we'll see which is better, Hornet or Viper. You think F-16? Okay.
I think I want to be an OTS-2. I want to put it all out there on the line and see what happens.
You do?
Absolutely.
I need a wingman.
No,
we went over this, dude.
There's $10,000, man. You need to find a new wingman.
I was told, what is this? Some people are asking about your hair products.
Oh, I use extra water in my hair. Sometimes I use the bar of soap that's by the sink in the hotel. I mean, I go over the top.
That's it.
No product.
No product. A specific type of mineral water?
Just straight
from
out
the
of the
faucet?
tap.
Straight out of the tap. We have a few folks that are jumping on your side, DeHiggy. F-18 is the better of the two. F-18 outrates and outturns the 16 in DCS. Well, I mean, a few people got some points. Why don't you just actually become fighter pilots? This guy is a fighter pilot. He was a fighter pilot. Now he does this in his spare time.
I want to do that. I would take his advice. I would love to go back and be a fighter pilot again, flying, strapping on a Hornet every day. Man, you kidding me?
Marine Corps veteran, for those that are just tuning in, we said it off the top of the show. This guy loves the Hornet. He lived this life. You've seen the movie Top Gun? That is the Higgy. Rumor has it, this is the real Maverick. Nah, I'm lying. But no, all jokes aside, he lived this life. DCS has been an amazing opportunity to actually simulate what he's been going through. But dogfighting, you've actually had people chase you.
Oh, yeah. We dogfight in training all the time. Real world, we do merge with, other aircraft from different countries. And, everybody would dream of the opportunity to go to the merge and, and have a gun kill for real. But, that doesn't happen too often. That's few and far between.
I'm going to pivot because I have a great comment. A great comment here you have from Scott Trollo 4553. I want to know this and give me the honest answer. Best fighter pilot pickup line.
Ooh.
I know you've used one before. I know you've used one before.
I mean, fighter pilots are so awesome, we don't need pickup lines. Everybody just knows that we're awesome.
Just a reminder for those that are entertaining us, we appreciate everyone that's locked in to the chat. We're getting our pilots ready. That is going to be Ahab versus Wolf. I've seen a few comments from people from Brazil. We appreciate those that are tuning in, whether it's from Sao Paulo or Rio de Janeiro. Thank you to everyone that is locked in. The winner of Ahab versus Wolf will be taking on Viper, and then our final four will be set. And if you missed it, as we mentioned, even though in the first round we've had 2 perch sets and the Abim, in the final four, things get dicey. It's only a beam. So things are going to change drastically in terms of the approach by both pilots and competitors. $10,000 that are on the line. I mean, these guys are entertaining me, though. I'm truly the best fighter pilot pickup line. That was really good. 14 pilots over 18. Okay. Yeah, a lot of people saying go Wolf. DeHiggy is too scared to fight. All right.
Who said that?
All right, listen
said
up.
that?
Give us the two shot. Give us the two shot. We love Ahab, but High Alpha Hooligans or whoever just commented that DeHiggy's too scared to fight Ahab.
Bring it.
Like, tone it down. Tone it down. What he's done in real life is amazing, and we appreciate the legend of Ahab. Keep the comments going, but just dial it back a little bit. Not that much hyperbole. Don't be that hyperbolic.
I think we should set it up. Whoever that was, I want to fight.
You want to fight?
I want to fight.
Okay, so Ahab versus DeHiggy, and then, well, Ahab is already a member of the High Alpha Hooligans,
Yeah.
but if you win, then you can become a member of them.
Is that the deal?
They would have to respond in the chat.
All right.
So there you can respond in the chat. We're going to try to set up you versus Ahab, regardless of what happens in this matchup between Ahab and Wolf. All right?
I'm game. Let's do it.
Let's do it. I like to see that happen. And once again, Justin Walters TV, I want someone to help me learn how to fly in the DCS world. We'll go through some training. We can talk shop, but I want to be ready to whoop him in LPS and future OTSs because I'm ready. I'm about that life, and I have the sweat equity to do it. I don't believe he's better than me.
Hey, you better watch what you're thinking there because
Hey,
you are so far outside the box of reality right now.
Hey, all I know is that anything can happen in the virtual world. It's like you have to have a fighter's chance, just like in boxing. We've seen that. We've seen upsets.
I told you I'm dangerous. I'm dangerous.
Upsets happen every day. You know who also thought they were dangerous? Dusty, probably. And where's Dusty? Dusty is gone. Kubi
Yeah, that's
eliminated
true.
him.
We saw a lot of people take the big dirt nap as well. I mean, like we said, Mother Earth always wins, man.
It certainly does. I'm looking forward to seeing how things shake out between Ahab and Wolf. Both great competitors. We're getting both competitors set, and that player will be taking on Viper. Of the competitors that we've seen so far in BFM, who's impressed you the most? I think I know your answer already.
I mean, I think, that's textbook maneuvering, offensive and defensive by Viper. I mean, that guy was solid. I mean, there's no doubt that that he's been the best performer so far. But it all changes in the next dogfight, right? Next event
because
matters.
now it's going to be all a beam. Followed by Viper, what other performance has stood out to you?
I think Mayo did a pretty solid job as well.
Nice. I think that what we've seen from the defensive standpoint, Viper did a phenomenal job in his second perch set, but Kubi, I know we were speaking a little bit about why Kubi advanced. For those that are watching, Kubi did a great job defensively and he got points, and that's why he eliminated Dusty. Let's take a look at the graphic to see how things shake out as you guys have been patient with us. Right? This is the final first round matchup. The winner of Wolf versus Ahab will have an opportunity to take on Viper. It all comes down to this. Over to you, Classic.
Classic, I got it. Hornet 2, Viper 7. Welcome to the dogfight phase. We're going to execute 3 sets. 2 perch sets, followed by a beam set. Hornet 2 is a higher seed. We'll fly the attacker roll first. Break. Fighters, this will be perch 1. Hornet 2 attacker. Viper 7 defender. Attacker call ready.
Ready?
Defender call ready. Ready. 3, 2, 1. Fights on.
All right, Hornet versus Viper. Who's going to be moving on to the next round? Woo!
Yeah.
Got some early gun action.
Man, that's not looking good right now for Ahab.
I think Ahab was shot.
He must have had some damage to the aircraft.
Yeah, he's not able to get it back at level. Yeah, it looks like Ahab was shot. We'll see how things shake out once we hear from our comm center. But nice start there from Wolf. Wolf came in to this competition as a seasoned vet, 27 years in DCS, and he showed it there. Early starts, and that's what you're noticing from those in the offensive position in the perch set.
Absolutely. I mean, you're starting 3,000 feet behind the defensive aircraft, and I mean, you're approaching the edge of the gun envelope, and we saw an immediate fangs out, quick gun attack from Wolf. Ahab, unfortunately, didn't recognize that gun nose was a factor, and like we talked about, you got to get skinny.
Get skinny.
You got to get skinny.
You said it. Get skinny. All right, let's take a look at the replay on how Wolf was able to execute a nice kill on Ahab. That's textbook right there, Dahiggy.
And you see, the F-16 is a smaller aircraft than the Hornet, which should make it harder to kill, but he was showing full plan for him right there.
He was. So that is a tone setter. Now, put me in the shoes of Ahab, knowing that there was a quick kill. Do you still want to be present, or do you come out aggressive?
You always got to be aggressive. There's no room to not be aggressive in a dogfight.
But how do you toe that line of not being too aggressive?
I mean, he's swapping roles right now. He's going to be the attacker. He needs to do exactly what happened to him. He needs to have a quick kill. That's the name of the game, I think, right now.
It is. And we're going to see. Remember, this is going to be our final perch set. Not just in this round, 1v1 with Ahab versus Wolf, but following in the next rounds, it's going to be all of beam sets. This is going to be an important one because we've seen a few of the 1v1 on how competitors that win the first two, it's game over. So right now, in terms of trying to regain some momentum, it comes down to making sure that Ahab is able to execute an early kill, Dahiggy.
I agree 100%. I mean, that's what he's got to do. He's got to come out strong. He's got to be aggressive. He's got to have a steady hand. He's got to put the gun nose out in front of Wolf, and he's got to have a solid gun employment. If
you're Wolf, what do you do to try to make sure that you escape the Wes or neutralize this fight as much as possible, knowing you're starting at a disadvantageous position or a disadvantage?
He's starting on the edge of that gun envelope, so immediately he's got to maneuver his aircraft. He's got to get skinny. He's got to redefine this fight. So I'd expect him to work immediately downhill in the vertical to make it challenging for Ahab to follow with another gun attack.
And we saw that both from Viper as well as from in the earlier rounds, Mayo.
Correct.
Both of them did a great job defensively, as well as Kubi, who was able to advance past Dusty. So all of the competitors have been great. Toto takes the first set. He had a good job on the perch, and now it will be reverse roles, and we'll be switching very shortly. How do you think this plays out? Give me a prediction.
I mean, I want to see Ahab do a quick kill, but I mean, Wolf, he's seasoned. He's obviously number 2 coming into this event for a reason. So I would expect him to be a little more savvy and survive more than just the original first emerge and attack.
All right, first set went to Wolf. Here is the second set. It's reverse roles. Ahab, Wolf, the winner advances to play Viper. Over to you, Classic.
Classic, I got it. Fighters, this will be Perch 2. Viper 7, attacker. Hornet 2, defender. Attacker, call ready.
Viper 7 ready.
Defender, call ready. 3, 2, 1, fights on.
All right, let's see how Toto's able to maneuver this fight.
There we go. It looked like Wolf got immediately down to the deck. As a defensive aircraft, the deck is your friend.
That's exactly what you called. You said if he wants to be defense and avoid Ahab as much as possible, go low.
Yeah, we're looking at a neutral fight here. As the attacker, that's not what you want. As the defender, that is absolutely what you want.
I think just off of this start alone, Dahiggy, you have to be encouraged if you're Wolf.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, he's still alive. He hasn't given up. He's still in the fight. We haven't seen a defensive aircraft swap roles to be an attacker. So
no, we haven't.
Let's see how Wolf handles this.
Ahab trying to go for the kill.
Gun.
He's shooting, but does he have the angle?
Ooh.
Is that a stack merge?
Ooh, we have a neutral position right now.
Wolf, a one-man Wolf pack. He's doing his thing.
Man, I tell you what, Wolf is still in the fight. Time to kill is going up. That is everything that Wolf needs.
Only 15 seconds left. This is great for Wolf to advance. He's doing really well in this second perch set. Oh, man. Well done by Wolf.
Tell you what, that's why he's number 2. I mean, he's obviously a seasoned vet in the DCS arena. So, time to kill. That was a huge win for Wolf on that event.
That was massive. That is the second time we've seen now the time running out in a perch. We saw it from Viper, and now we see it from Wolf. Ironic that the top 2 seeds, at least coming into SFL for the overall day for OTS, are the 2 that are able to execute that. Veterans.
Man, that's going to be a great fight. Number 1 and number 2 from the original qualification round going at it head-to-head in the next bracket. I can't wait to see that fight.
Let's take a look at the replay on the defensive tactics that Wolf was able to provide as he escaped Ahab and did his best.
And that's what we're talking about. Maneuver that aircraft, throwing your control zone away from the attacker, getting skinny when you see the tracer rounds coming down range. I mean, you've got to get out of that line of fire. The deck is your friend because you can visualize right here if you're trying to, Ahab trying to point his nose at the deck to employ. Now he's flying at the deck himself. And when you're slow, you have to be able to recover from hitting the ground. So there's a buffer there. When you're low defensive, that's good. It's hard as the attacker to attack an aircraft from high to low on the deck.
All right, so this is back-to-back rounds where we essentially have someone who has a long uphill battle. We just saw it with Viper, and he had a flawless sweep, and now we see it possibly with Wolf. So if you're Ahab, what is your approach as you're going down into the beam set, knowing that you just have to kill, get an early one at that?
I mean, he's got to have a textbook, performance on this last high aspect set. I mean, time to kill. He's got to be aggressive. I mean, I'm not sure he can recover from the previous 2.
I don't know either.
2 sets, but hey.
But there still is pride.
Stranger things have happened in this event. I mean,
yes.
I mean, he's just got to be aggressive. He's got to fight this fight. He's got to forget about the past, and he's got to get after it.
Do you do anything possibly that's uncharacteristic, knowing that you just have to throw it all in the middle of the table?
I mean, there's the fundamentals of BFM. Those don't ever change. Laws of physics don't ever change. You've got to fight your fight the best you can. So there is no magic move, and if there is, I'd like to know about it.
No, you would know better than me. Trust me on that.
We've tried to find it, and if you violate the fundamental principles, it generally doesn't work out in your favor.
All right, I'm hearing from the comm center that both fighter pilots are ready. All right, so you have Ahab and Wolf going down to the very final set. Classic is ready. Over to you.
Classic, I got it. Fighters, this will be the final set. A beam start. Call ready left. Call ready right.
All right, DeHiggy, the beam set. Who is going to advance to take on Viper?
Let's see what happens.
All right, we're going to work through some things as we get everything up and running with Ahab and Wolf. But it has been fun to see both of those 2 guys go after, remember, $10,000 that are on the line. Whoever gets past this round will have an opportunity to take on Viper.
Yeah, it looks like on that last event there, the reason for the delay, we just only had 1 aircraft spawn into the arena here. So it looks like they're working out some of those kinks, and we'll be right back to see what happens. So again, these pilots need to stay focused during this. They can't let distractions get in their way. I mean, it's important to stay in the moment for this dogfight.
Yeah, we'll be locked in. We appreciate everyone standing by and making sure that they're locked into this competition. SFL OTS-1, $10,000 that are on the line. These competitors have been doing this all day, and we appreciate you guys been staying with us. Right now, we're going to have Wolf and Ahab. This is going to be a beam set. This is going to decide who is going to be taking on Viper in the semifinals, and then one step closer to that $10,000 that is on the line. So let's work through things as we get both of those pilots set up. But it looks like we could have this set meaning a little bit more, because did you see that score graphic that came up?
I was surprised to see it, actually.
Yeah, it looks like things are a bit closer than we expected. Once again, with the UIS, the Unified Impact Score, we're going to have offense and defense. The team is doing a deep dive with the formula. Everything is factoring into this. It's not just the time of the kill, it's also how you're able to maneuver on defense, how you're able to, on the beam set on offense, make sure that you attack immediately. All those things factor into Higgy.
Absolutely. I mean, it is a complicated formula for how they're programming, the scoring in this event. So, again, I mean, it is very calculated. It's proof based on the metrics that are put into the system to score the fight. So, it's difficult to know everything that goes into it and to see how it unfolds. But, it's there's surprises that happen. I mean, we didn't expect to see Kubi advance, but obviously he did very well defensively.
It's different when you're fighting against another human.
It is, man.
It's a whole different ball game.
Oh, this is good stuff.
Kubi's strength is not flying courses; it is flying against other people. That's what he's telling us.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
It's a different game.
That's what matters, right?
Yeah, we're going to have Kubi against Mayo in the first semifinal, and Viper is waiting to find out who he'll be taking on, either Ahab or Wolf. Exciting action all around, all day. Man, I've been impressed with these competitors, the DCS world. We went through so many different trial runs leading up to this day, but to actually see it and know how they're actually flying through the course, so many surprises. Things that I thought that were easy that are clearly not easy for these guys.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, this is as close as you get to the real thing, in my opinion. I mean, the simulation, the graphics, the realism of everything. I mean, it is impressive to see, the level of detail that we're looking at with the DCS world. I mean, it is awesome to see.
Yeah, it certainly is. And for those that are new to the SFL, make sure you check out the website, the-sfl.com. Got the merch. I know you're ready to rock the hoodie, especially for when we have our plane flight back home.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Got the hat going and everything. Do you golf?
I do golf.
You do golf?
I do.
I did not know that. All right, so next time for OTS, we got to make sure we bring the golf clubs out here.
Absolutely.
If we have time.
Are you any good at golf?
I'm learning again. How about that?
Not very confident in your golf game, are you?
Golf is a very humbling sport. For those that are watching, we all understand you only have to walk away from that 18 course with like 2 good holes that you feel really good about. It's one of the most humbling things. Repetition. It's a keen teacher.
Yeah, I mean.
Are you good at golf?
Hey, I'm pretty decent. I'm not gonna lie. But I will tell you, just like you said, it's always about that one shot that brings you back for the next round.
Do you have a handicap?
I bet you I'm probably around a 10 to 15 handicap right now.
Okay.
Nothing too impressive.
Okay,
but
that's solid. You play more than me. The fact that you have a handicap.
No, I don't play very much at all.
The fact that you know you play enough to know that you have a handicap. I like you coming into this, but I think that this is going to be more of a competitive thing that we have. We have a golf showdown. We also have a rig showdown for LPS. We'll find out what the third thing is. So we got to do a tiebreaker. Do you play basketball? I don't want to injure my knees. I see you could do handstands in the gym.
I have played basketball, and it's an awesome sport, yeah.
Okay, so we'll do a 3-point contest.
Okay.
All right. All right,
Bring
so
it.
we got our 3 competitions. DCS one is the one that I'm most excited about to beat you. And just to make it better, I'll fly in a Hornet to show that I can do it better than you.
Oh, you're gonna? Oh, all right. So Hornet v Hornet.
Yeah,
That's
Hornet
the
v
only
Hornet.
airplane I'm gonna fly.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I would have it no other way.
Wait, I mean, everybody in the DCS arena seems to think that the F-16 is better. So you want
No,
to be
you had a bunch of people. I don't need to go back to the comments. Thank you for those people that jumped on his side. It's all about preference. Viper, we've seen how he's been able to maneuver this course, and he is flying a Viper. We have a few other Vipers that are left. What's Mayo flying? Mayo is flying a.
Mayo's in the F-18.
He's in a Hornet. Okay, say less. Say less. We have a Hornet, but yeah, Viper is still a great aircraft. But I do think that I can fly a Hornet better than you. With some training. Practice makes perfect.
Think that. I mean, that's
I mean, more
again,
impossible things.
Warped reality, in my opinion, of where you sit right now. But
you've never stepped into the DCS world yet. You're commentating on it, and I know you're a fighter pilot. You have more experience than me, but get behind the sticks. I think it's a different game.
I'm confident that the experience will translate very nicely into the realism of the DCS world.
Just because you're great at basketball doesn't mean you're going to be great at NBA 2K. Just you're great at football.
I would agree with you. Absolutely.
Exactly. But yes, geometry and understand that. I'm not going to take away from your skills.
I'll tell you what, I mean, these guys are flying some of the most impressive rigs I've ever seen. I mean, We've got rigs I've been told that are like over $50,000 with actual real live, HOTAS, hands-on throttle.
Have you seen how big they are?
It's impressive.
We're talking about the temperature, the oxygen mass, the future
awesome.
of SFL. It is going to be amazing. Thank you for those that will be here to say that. I remember when. You're witnessing history. This is a global event. This is amazing. The rollout.
Worldwide.
Worldwide. We have the smoke here in the background. And do you see what's over your right shoulder? That's breaking news right there. SFL. On the sphere.
That's awesome. I mean, the weird thing is when you walk out of here and you see all of that for real, it's like we've been living it all day long, man.
I know. Oh, for those watching, I should state the obvious that the home studios right now for the SFL is Las Vegas. So irony that they're flying through the Las Vegas Strip. That was great to see. I can promise you that he is not flown through the Las Vegas Strip. All right, so we're getting things ready and prepared for Wolf versus Ahab. Winner advances to the next. After the first two, it appears that it is tied. Over to Classic for the Abim.
Classic, I got it. Fighters, this will be your final set. Abim start. Call ready left.
Ready.
Call ready right. 3, 2, 1, fights on.
All right, DeHiggy, it's all coming down to this. Ahab, Wolf. Who's going to advance to play Viper?
Final event.
All right, you see Ahab.
Looks like we got lost sight here. I mean, the maneuvering is not making sense, and that's indicative of you
Ahab
can't
real
see here
close to
fighting.
the
You're
deck.
not gonna work out well for you.
Pushing over. Man, that tack view is wicked. The bottom screen to see the flight patterns by both. Even if you lose both aircraft, just look to that bottom middle screen. Thank you, Lefty. All right, roughly halfway through the match. You don't want the time to end. You don't want time to be the decider on who's going to advance to the semifinals. Go for the splash. Go for the kill.
We are on the deck.
They're flying real close to the mountains. It's like they're possibly using it as a decoy.
I tell you what, if you've lost sight, you want to go ahead and disappear down into the dirt so the attacking aircraft can't find you. So
You see Ahab possibly trying to get zero aspect right off the tail. If he could only get the range. Oh, there you go. Timing runs out.
20 seconds. That was fast. I think that's going to work out in Wolf's favor. I mean,
I'm not going to say anything between Ahab and Wolf. The timer is a decider between who is going to advance to the semifinals. I wouldn't want to be in that position at all. We're waiting just like you. We don't know who is going to advance between Ahab and Wolf. We're going to take a look at the replay and see if there was an opportunity for either Ahab or Wolf to employ their guns. We're going to be showing it shortly, but I can't believe that ended. We haven't seen that at all.
Yeah, I mean, all the way through, 120 seconds. Looks like one aircraft lost sight in the fight, but it exploited the Earth as a force multiplier. So I would expect to see that work out better for Wolf.
Let's take a look at the replay. We've seen time expire when it comes to the perch, but not for the beam. This is the first time. Here's a POV of what it looks like from Ahab. And now here's Wolf. Both of these guys were very strategic. They were playing like a cat and mouse game. Man.
Yeah, it appeared to me they lost sight in the middle.
That was fascinating, DeHiggy.
It was. I mean, that's real life, real world isms. I mean, you lose sight, you can't give up, right?
Correct.
You just fly straight and level and get savaged by the other guy. That's no way to go through life. I mean,
and it looked like they were way out of the area from the open space, closer to the mountains, and they were truly just running around circles with each other. Let's take a look at the bracket for the semis. Drum roll. Who's going to be advancing? Wolf or Ahab? It's Wolf. He came into the day as the number 2 overall seed. You called it, DeHiggy. You're a prognosticator. So the Final Four is set. We started off with 8 competitors. Once again, Remember, in the Final Four, ladies and gents, no more perch. It's all about the Abeam. We're going to have Kubi, who started the day as an 8 seed, upsets Dusty and advances to the semis. He'll be taking on the number 4 seed, Mayo, representing Italy. Viper, you also like to call him Iceman, flying a Viper, smooth. He had a flawless victory against Retro, won all 3 sets. And then Wolf was able to beat Ahab. You said you weren't surprised. You called it with Wolf. So now react to Wolf advancing to the next round.
I think it's going to be a great fight. I can't wait to see Viper versus Wolf. 2 very experienced competitors. I mean, that's going to be a great fight.
I'm locked into it. All right, ladies and gents, we've been waiting all day for this. Started off with 8, now we have 4. The Final Four is set, and it's very apropos, especially with it being March Madness. Stay locked in. We're going to get all our competitors ready. This isn't going to be a maintenance check. We got you. Stand by. Use the bathroom. Get a beverage. Get some food. You're watching SFL OTS-1. We'll be right back. SFL Studios. That's Rob the Higgy Tomlinson. I'm Justin Walters. Maybe a little bit longer than a 5-minute maintenance break, but
Call it a maintenance minute.
Maintenance minute, something like that. I mean, you guys waited this long, and we finally reached this point. Thank you for your patience. The Elite 8 is now down to 4. Let's take a look at where things stand. Only 4 more competitors competing for $10,000. We have Kubi versus Mayo. That is an 8 seed versus a 4 seed. Kubi upsets Dusty. Mayo stays poised, the youngest competitor in the field at 24. He will be advancing to take on Kubi. Meanwhile, in the next, we have Viper versus Wolf. Both of these guys came in as the top 2 overall seeds, and here they are facing off. All right, guys, remember, it's only a beams. Over to Classic, it's game time.
Classic, I got it. Fighters, this will be set 1, a beam start. Call ready left. Ready. Call ready right. 3, 2, 1, fights on.
All right, DeHiggy.
Ooh, gun employment at the first merge.
This is the first of 2 semifinals, guys. Mayo, real young. Kubi, after 2 crashes in speed and precision, here he finds himself 1 step away from a championship opportunity.
Hey, saw Mayo working out a plane in the vertical early on.
The strategy changes in this one because it's only a beam, no more perch. Mayo being real aggressive. All right, Kubi trying to line it up.
Kubi, see what he's got. Oh,
Kubi!
yeah.
Looks like Mayo was able to avoid that
He
one.
was.
But
Did a
nice
good
job.
job.
Time limit is coming up. You do not want the time to decide anything in this. We just saw time run out of a perch. Are we going to see it again? 120 seconds. Make the kill. All right, more. No splash there. Time is ticking, Kubi and Mayo. Time runs out of that. Both of them tried.
Yeah, great job by both competitors. I mean, that was a good fight. Yeah, looks like maybe a little better, stability on the gun there. Could have had better effects on target. Both had close misses on each one of those merges right there. Mayo initially worked pretty well in the vertical, and then Kubi ended up at the end with a little bit of a positional advantage, it seemed like to me.
All right, let's go to the replay center and take a look at how it all unfolded as time expired. No one was able to kill. All right, so walk us through what you're seeing here, DeHiggy, from Kubi.
Kubi in the F-16. Looks like he's putting those gun rounds out in front of the other aircraft. What you see, though, was that was a long-range shot. That's really hard to make the gun attack effective from that distance.
As we mentioned, range, angles, and closure, the rack. You want to make sure that you're in the zone to make sure that you execute that splash.
We want to shoot big targets. That means we got to get close, up close and personal.
Looks like that was a little bit of a small target for both competitors. 3 beam sets. That is the first one that's in the books, but with the unified scoring, we're going to have to find out if either one had the advantage after that, because both offense and defense is going to be factoring into that. So we still have 2 more. It's been exciting.
Yeah.
We've reached this point, Dahiggy.
We're here. We're in the semifinals.
We've had back-to-back of beam sets end with time expiring. You know what this also tells me? All the competitors that have reached this point, they're legit. They know what they're doing, and they know what is at stake and on the line.
That's it, man. They're in it to play. I also like to bring up something else is, all the naysayers out there about the F-18 saying the F-16 is better. Well, we got an even match. We got F-18 versus F-16 in every one of these fights.
That is a great point. Both of these semifinals, we're going to have a Viper versus the Hornet, and we're going to find out. All right, let's take a look at how things shook out after the first. All right, so both fighters were unable to execute a kill, so it was time expiring. Over to Classic.
Classic, I got it. Fighters, this will be set 2. A beam start. Call ready left.
Warren for ready.
Call ready right.
All right, we got a merge here,
3,
Dahiggy.
2, 1. Fights on.
Yeah, there goes the merge.
Sort of uneventful. Two circle right here.
Kubi's coming from low to high. See what he's got.
Kubi's
There
got
we
an
go. Oh, I thought we were going to have a gun
it looks like
there.
you had an opportunity there by Kubi. Don't tell me this is going to be back-to-back time expiring. Come on, guys.
Let's go. These guys are good, though.
Yeah.
Close it in.
All right, it looks like Mayo has an opportunity here.
I'd say Mayo's got the offensive advantage at this point. They're on the deck. They got to be patient, though. They can't exploit nose low.
We saw how this one ended last time. Time expired, and that was in the first round. You got to make sure that you leave it all out on the line.
I think right now, when we're in this position, this is where the F-16 might have a little bit of an advantage. If he can get back to his rate numbers, he's going to rate around faster.
Dahiggy, is it bad?
That's what we're seeing.
Dahiggy, is it bad to be 2 circles so close to the deck?
I mean, you don't have a whole lot of options. You just got to rely on the performance of your aircraft. And right now, the F-16 is advantageous.
Time is winding down.
That's
Time
what
is
we're seeing.
Kubi. Oh!
Let's see it.
He fires.
Oh.
Time expired. We'll find out how that one ended. You talk about that is what you see. That's a buzzer beater right there, possibly
It
by
is.
Kubi. Time expired. Employed the gun. We'll see if he was able to have the splash.
Yeah, I mean that's what we're talking about. Knowing your machine. These fights all come down really to the man in the box. How well you know your advantages versus your opponent's advantages, and you got to exploit the best you can do for your aircraft to be advantageous. I mean, I would say, in this particular case, ending up on the deck 2 circle, you got to be patient at that point, and you're looking at the better instantaneous the rate.
Let's take a look at
from the F-16 is going to be.
Let's take a look at the replay. We have a nice angle here from Kubi as he was trying to find the right angle to make sure that he takes a good shot at Mayo. I'm really curious to see how the final score impacts that, because that was literally right as time expired that he shot.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how this unfolds.
So now if you're going into the final perch, what are you thinking if you're Mayo? Because both of these guys, they're skilled. It all comes down to this. They can't let it get so close. But you mentioned before you want to keep those principles and the tenets of BFM, but one of them is be aggressive. And we haven't seen so many shots fired. We had a merge and nothing happened.
Yeah, it's not easy to do. I mean, we're on the 3rd set right now. I mean, again, like we said in the previous sets, you have to forget about what happened in the past. realize you're fighting the same guy. He's learning just like you're learning, right? You got two thinking humans actively trying to kill each other. So, I mean, it could go any way in this event. Both have to be aggressive. Both have to follow the fundamental principles of BFM to be successful.
All right, let's take a look at the versus graphic. Opportunity to advance to the championship. Mayo versus Kubi. We have one more perch set. Over to you, Classic, or pardon, a beam set.
Classic, I got it. Fighters, this will be the final set. A beam start. Call ready left.
Punisher ready.
Call ready right.
We're turning
Ready.
it. All right, DeHiggy, it's game
3,
time.
2, 1.
Oh,
yeah,
Kubi.
Kubi had a shot at the merge. Tried to shoot him in the face. Yeah.
Kubi said he's not waiting for time to expire.
All right, we got a load of high
Oh,
bars.
Kubi
Kubi's
again.
getting after it.
Kubi just has to make sure that he can actually hit the target.
Yeah, 4-quarter gunshot. That's tough, man.
But we clearly know the motto here by Kubi. Killed or be killed. He's going for the former.
Yeah. All right, Kubi's got the advantage again, it looks like, at this merge.
Kubi again.
Yeah, shoot again.
Kubi has to try to hit. Good job by Mayo. Now, will Mayo be able to reverse things? This is the last of beam set. Winner advances to SFL OTS Championship. Is it Kubi? Is it Mayo?
There you go. Miles got the angular advantage at this next.
Oh,
Kubi's got the advantage at this merge.
1 minute into the match, will we have another opportunity for time to expire? Both of these competitors are skilled.
We are back on the deck.
Oh man, Mayo is far away. Out of visual range for Kubi, but Kubi pushing in. That third angle.
Oh,
Clock, tick, 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 tick.
did Kubi lose sight?
Mayo, oh, zero aspect, possibly. Mayo with a
I
shot.
think Kubi lost sight.
Mayo with the shot again.
Man,
Time expires. Dude,
that is what I'm talking about. I mean, I thought all day long Kubi had the advantage. 1 second, looks like he lost sight. You can't kill what you can't see. It looked like Mayo,
I'm lost for words.
I tell you what, Mayo came back. I mean, that's what I'm talking about.
Don't call it a comeback. The youngest competitor has been here for years. I am very intrigued. We have never seen this before. All three coming down to the final seconds. Let's take a look at the replay as this was wire to wire. Kubi was in an advantageous position so many times, was unable to deliver the shot.
Yeah, I mean, it's a low probability of having a valid gun employment forward quarter.
And then at the last second, eventually we'll see an opportunity by Kubi. Right here, we'll see eventually possibly Mayo had the opportunity at the end and he fired his weapon. But man, that was back and forth. I was surprised. Was that an overshoot? Walk us through, if you were able to actually see it on TAC view, on how Kubi went from offense to defense. What took place in that?
I mean, he purely lost sight. I mean, he just continued his flight path right in front of Mayo. Mayo saw it, he capitalized on it, he saddled in for the kill, and then obviously he ran out of time. So,
tick, tick, tick. 120 seconds is all you have to possibly deliver the kill. All three of these beam sets came down to the wire, DeHiggy. We're going to go to the bracket shortly. We're going to find out who's advancing to the championship round. 10K that's on the line. Drum roll. Is it Kubi? Is it Mayo? Woo! Mayo, Italy is in the building. 24 years old. The youngest competitor here. And he's advanced to the championship round. Fight is on. You are going to Italy, my friend.
I told you that Mayo from the beginning, he's the guy to look out for. Coming in number 4.
You did.
But I called it. I said, his skill set and precision is indicative of how well he's going to handle the pressure in the dogfight.
Is he going to be the complete pilot? This kid has only been doing, not a kid anymore, an adult, but he's been doing it since his teens. 24 years old, and here he is taking down Kubi. That's amazing. Now, who is he going to face? Is it going to be Viper or Wolf? Both of these guys are vets. Wolf came into the competition and the day as the #1 overall seed. He crushed it in qualifications. He also did well today, and he's the 2 seed. And now Viper is also going to have an opportunity to take him down. Both of these guys have been excellent.
I tell you what, this is going to be one of the best fights, I think, of the whole SFL OTS-1.
You're calling it.
I also bring out the fact that this is a very international, bracket that we're in.
This is
USA is out. We got France, Italy, Germany, and Brazil.
And we're
going at it.
And we're not keeping score, but for those of you watching, I know there was a huge debate. What's better, the Hornet or the Viper?
The Hornet.
The
All
Hornet
day long,
won.
baby.
The Hornet won. The Hornet. Wow. That was a Mayo. I mean, you called it. I can't say it. So for all of those, I guess they're eating their words that said that.
Hey, a little bit of experience goes a long way, my friend.
But there's another opportunity, though, because you have Viper in the Viper and you have Wolf in the Hornet. I'm really fascinated to see how this matchup comes because you have two veterans and they're very skilled. They know how to play defense. We saw that in the first round on how they had those maneuvering tactics. It's going to be Wolf taking on Viper. Opportunity to play in SFL OTS Championship against Mayo. It's game time. Skills are pretty much the same. All right, remember, it's only a beam set, so send it over to Classic for the first of 3. Game time, folks.
Classic, I got it. Fighters, this will be the first set. A beam start. Call ready left.
Viper 1 ready left.
Call ready right. 3, 2, 1. Fights on.
All right, I feel like this is going to be a boxing match. You have two heavyweights. They're probably going to try to size each other up. Or maybe one is going to be aggressive. You got to merge here.
Here we go. What's going to happen? Oh, yeah. Got gun employment from Viper coming to that first merge. He's got his fangs out. He's aggressive.
All right, we're going to have a possible another merge showing up. Wolf and Viper.
Yeah.
All right, playing a game of chess a little bit.
A little bit. We got two good competitors here.
Yeah, they're both skilled. Came in as the top 2 seeds into the day before we had speed and precision. Both of these guys know exactly what they're doing. But this is a whole new ball game. It's dogfighting, human versus human.
It looks like Wolf's got a little bit of an angular advantage coming here. We're working downhill.
Yeah,
towards
Viper.
the deck.
What do you see? Viper. Viper has an angle. I see it. I see it. He's coming through. He's lining it up. Does he have the closure? He doesn't take a shot there. He's taking.
I think Wolf recognized it. Yeah, he's down in the weeds here.
I'm surprised from that. I'm surprised by that move. A vet will probably take that shot. Do not let the clock decide who's going to head to the championship match. Another opportunity by Viper. He shoots.
Oh.
Splash! The splash! It happened
at the last second.
At the last
right
second.
At the buzzer.
Another buzzer beater.
Yeah.
A buzzer beater in the SFL OTS world. I love it. That
Viper,
was nice.
Victorious.
He was strategic. We tried to criticize him or at least point out that the first opportunity, he had an opportunity to shoot, but he waited on the next loop and then he took the shot. What did you like from that?
That is patience. I mean, if you don't have the shot, you got to maintain your positional advantage. You got to continue, whittling away at it, gaining back those angles. And you see in a 2-circle fight, eventually, the Viper ended up with a angular advantage, putting him in position for a gun employment, and he was patient. That was awesome.
Let's take a look at the replay, how it all unfolded. You're talking about a buzzer beater here in the Final Four. The first of beam set. Viper had a few opportunities, but he takes care of business right at the buzzer. 120 seconds, right as clock expires, and there you go. He's going to be victorious, at least after the first set. Still 2 more sets.
Still to go.
But I think both of these fighters at least are feeling each other out, and now they know that things aren't going to come easy. And I don't think it's a coincidence that we've seen a few buzzer beaters as we've gotten deeper into this bracket.
Absolutely. I mean, these guys are competitors. I think Wolf did an outstanding job at the very end trying to get skinny, but it just didn't work out for him. That's the way it goes sometimes.
It does. Whew. Now it's going to be time to see if he'll be able to return the favor in set 2. That was a great job by Viper. I've been really impressed with both of these guys and how they've been playing the game of chess, because there were a few merges, if you remember, during that first set that nothing took place.
Yeah, I mean, that's the way it goes sometimes. At a merge, you may not have an opportunity to employ your weapons. Remember, you're loaded up, coming around the corner, trying to make that merge happen. And this is a guns-only fight, a little bit different than if we had missiles, right? So, you know, in this next event, I mean, I think it's going to be an even match again. Wolf did a great job. Viper did a great job. That's the way it goes at the very end. He just didn't get skinny enough, my friend. Didn't get skinny enough. Got to make sure
that you avoid that shot. I'm also fascinated, once we chat with the champion, if they have a mental clock going on in their head. We've seen a few shots literally come down 119 seconds, just thinking like, all right, we're close to 2 minutes. Like, all right, I got to make sure I fire. And I think that was skill. That wasn't a mistake at all. We know that. But for him to be able to employ the weapon immediately at time, that says a lot about his skill.
It does. I'm not sure if he's timing it. I mean, I wouldn't be timing anything if I was in the fight. I'm just looking for the opportunity. And then when that opportunity presents itself, you got to be ready and you got to have everything squared away to have a solid employment. That's what it's all about. I mean, when it comes down to it, you have a snapshot opportunity in dogfighting to take that shot. You need to make sure you got a valid employment. So that's what the name of the game is. I mean, you got to be awesome in every aspect of all the fundamentals all the way through, from maintaining your positional advantage to defending if you're defensive. And then when you're employing those weapons, you got to be on your A game. You can't be sloppy. You got to have a steady hand, and you got to put those gun rounds right in front of the path of the other aircraft.
And make sure you're disciplined with that trigger finger. Shout out to those of you that are still locked in for SFL OTS-1. Everyone on YouTube that's chiming in, no matter what country, as we have 4 different countries that are represented just in the SFL semifinals. But it's been great to see. Please share whatever feedback you have, especially those from the DCS world. We're building this thing. We're having fun here at SFL. This has been years in the making, but so far I've seen a lot of positive comments from folks to know that, wow, this exists. It's finally here. I think that there's a space for this, and it's been enjoyable to ride this alongside with you, my wingman.
Yeah, I tell you what, man, the banter, online has been awesome. I know all of us, here representing, the SFL today, we've all got thick skin. Everybody wants to sharpen their blade. Everybody wants to get better. So send your comments, send your critiques. We're all about hearing it.
I mean, you've heard critiques. That's the only way that you get better. It's all about constructive criticism, but the SFL is here. Make sure you check out the website, the-sfl.com. You'll see the spins there. You'll see the whole breakdown. But trust me, we're here. SFL is here, and we're coming. And trust me, there's going to be a lot more on the horizon. But first things first, Higgy, we're still finishing up OTS-1.
We're not done yet.
More. We're not done yet?
We are not done.
We're not?
Not done yet.
So you're saying there's a chance, and there still is a chance for both of these competitors in our final semifinal. Wolf versus Viper.
Oh, yeah.
Another Hornet versus Viper matchup. For those of you in the Viper community, comment and say that you think the Viper is going to win, or if you're a big fan of Wolf and you prefer the Hornet, like this guy, comment.
That's right.
Show your love of which aircraft you think is superior, because in the first semifinal, the Hornet showed that they're superior. This guy's been doing this since he was a teen. Mayo advances, if you missed it, from Italy, 24 years old. He takes down the 8-seed Kubi, who was taking down the number 1 seed Dusty. This day has been filled with surprises. We saw Kubi have 2 crashes alone in precision and speed. And here he advances to the semis despite being knocked out. And you have guys that are super young and so many people that are senior to them. But here Mayo says, I'm good. I got this. Don't let the smile fool you.
Cool, calm, collected. I like it.
All of these competitors have been amazing. And I'm still fascinated to see how this one is going to shake out, because these are 2 vets. This isn't going to be some type of one-trick pony matchup. So many skills are going to be on display between Wolf and Viper. Both of these guys, I think, are very familiar with each other's game.
I think they are. I mean, they are both fierce competitors, and I think it's anybody's game on this next set.
This one is going to define a lot. The fact that it came down to the final seconds, possibly 119 seconds. Think of this as if it was 0.1 on the clock, and then Viper says, boom, and he got Wolf, and Wolf is done. Now, Wolf has to be thinking, I can't believe I let that happen. I was this close to letting the clock expire. So you know he's going to be coming out possibly with a different strategy. I'm going to predict this. I don't think it's going to come down to the wire for the set 2. For
a little more aggressive from these guys.
I think there's going to be some more aggression, and that's not to say that things will slowly develop after a minute, but once again, 120 seconds will be decided. That is when the clock expires. But we've had a handful come down to the final seconds. It's crazy to think that, but that's because all of these competitors are skilled. This is what BFM is all about.
These guys have been doing this for a long time, and it shows. I mean, the experience is obviously there, especially with Viper and Wolf. I mean, Viper's been the Iceman all day long. He's had the steady hand. But I tell you what, Wolf is a competitor, man. I mean, I was impressed with some of his airmanship on that last set. You know, just didn't work out for him, unfortunately, at the very end. But you know, he was doing all the right things, trying to get skinny. You know, Viper was taking a relatively long-range shot at the very end there, but you know, he was disciplined and he put the gun cross where it needs to be to make sure the rounds intercepted Wolf's aircraft. So that's just the way it goes sometimes. But I think these guys are coming back into the next set, ready to fight again. I think they've learned a little bit about each other's strategy. And if they're smart, they're going to capitalize and learn from that and maybe adjust their strategy a little bit to throw a little extra curveball at their adversary.
I think what is amazing also to see is not just how they're able to maneuver the course as well as BFM, but you touched on this, and we have to show love. We started this day with 3 continents and 5 different countries. Half of the field was international and half of the field was US. Came down to the semifinals, 4 different countries. All the US players eliminated. That's a testament into how big of this SFL is and the possibility of it being even bigger with OTS-2, LPS. There's a world for this, and I think that's powerful.
I believe it. You know, I also look at it from the aspect of, the USA has got to get their act together. We got to go back to, do some offensive and defensive BFM, get those fundamentals tightened up, and then get after it. I mean, this is awesome to see. I love the competition. I love the competitive environment. You know, and in all seriousness, improving your skills, through DCS. I mean, I think this has got some tremendous future potential, mainly for the military.
Yes, absolutely, because I had a ton of people comment. Have you ever seen the meme where it says, I'm not familiar with your game, or wasn't familiar with your game?
I haven't seen that.
Okay, well, I'm sharing that with you because DCS world, apologies. I wasn't familiar with your game. On TikTok, I don't have that many followers. I have a much bigger following on Instagram just from the nature of my position. And I post this promo from SFL. My followers doubled. There were more than 30,000 people that locked in and commented like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. Is this real? When can I tune in? And then more than 600 people saved that post.
That's impressive.
This has been impressive to learn in real time. I've been doing the research, but you're just not able to make that human connection. So the people that have commented, I see you. I appreciate you. I'm serious. I've been doing a deep dive in a rabbit hole where I'm now looking at things differently. I'm like, oh, wow, that's a 3.9. That's an overshoot. All of this has been amazing. So this has been fun to watch. We're enjoying this ride with you, and we're almost there. We're about to be at the set number 2 between these 2 seeds. This is the final semifinal matchup. It is Viper versus Wolf. Who's going to advance to the championship to take on the 24-year-old Mayo from Italy? It's showtime. Thanks for waiting. Over to you, Classic.
Classic, I got it. Fighters, this will be your second set. A beam start. Call ready left.
Ready left.
Call ready right.
All right, Dehiggy, we got to merge.
3, 2,
Viper took a
1.
shot at the merge.
Fight's on.
Viper's not playing games.
He's aggressive still.
I told you, I don't think it's going to come down to the wire. Viper just had a buzzer beater. All right.
Let's see what's going on with Wolf here.
Viper, advantageous position. Got to shoot, fire. No.
Yeah, Wolf's coming from high to low here.
All right.
It might be, I mean, I'm thinking that maybe somebody lost sight in the middle of this fight. I'm not sure what's going on here.
Time is ticking. Time is ticking. What happens when you lose sight?
I mean, if it's me right now,
Shot fired way too far.
come on, get in close.
DeHiggy has told you guys, hit big targets. Get closer.
Wolf's got to close it in. Got to pull lead.
Wolf is
Close
pushing.
down that range.
Wolf is pushing. Wolf is pushing.
Come on, Wolf.
Wolf is pushing in. He's trying to get closer. Time is ticking. Tick, tick, tick. That's a good shot.
Here we go.
That's a good
Nice.
shot. That's a
Yeah,
good
Wolf.
shot, Wolf.
Oh, man.
There we
we're
go.
an even match.
It doesn't come down to the wire. Splash.
I tell you what, I did
That
not
was
necessarily
nice.
expect to see that, but it looks like maybe for a split second there, Viper lost sight. Wolf maintained the offensive advantage, capitalized on it. You know, again, a little bit far on the gunshot there, but he did what he had to do to get the job done with the gun. That was awesome.
Let's take another look at how that all unfolded. Wolf took his time. He had other opportunities, but he waited until he got close. DeHiggy says, shoot big targets.
Big targets.
This was a big target.
There we go.
Splash. Bye-bye, Viper.
Nicely done.
Well done by Wolf. All right. Guess what? We get to see that again.
One more set. That's
Uno
awesome.
mas. One more set between these two to find out who's going to be advancing to the championship, Wolf or Viper. Both of these guys are vets. Viper's thinking in his mind, all right, you got that. I got one. Remember, though, with the UIS, all of the stuff matters. Offensive skills, defensive skills, timing of the kill. The first set, just to rewind a little bit, came down to the wire. Possibly 119 seconds. Viper got the kill on Wolf. And then what we just saw in set 2 for the Abeam, nice shot by Wolf.
Well done. I tell you what, again, he's taken, not the biggest of a target shot, a little bit farther range, but still got the job done. I mean, he had a steady hand. I'm not sure, Viper, maintained sight through all of that portions because it didn't look like he was trying to get skinny and maneuver his jet. So, not sure how we could find out what was going on in his cockpit, but unfortunately didn't work out for him in that set. Let's see how they do in the next set now.
Yeah, I don't think that Viper is going to try to make that mistake again at all. Two great competitors. This is what the semifinals is all about. As you advance closer to the championship, you see more skills on display. This is completely different versus speed and precision, or even what we saw in the first round. Everyone that's made it this far, they are legit. There have been no mistakes, one-trick ponies. All of these guys have been amazing. And now we have one final Abeam set to find out who's advancing to play a young pup from Italy.
Oh, yeah.
Any predictions, DeHiggy?
Hey, I said in the beginning, I think you can't discredit Mayo, 24 years old. I think this kid's got skills.
All right, before we even speak about Mayo, let's focus on this final semifinal. Oh, yeah, Viper versus Wolf. Who's advancing to the championship to take on Mayo? Let's go. It's showtime. The final Abeam set. Over to you, Classic.
Classic, I got it. Fighters, this will be your final set. Abeam set. Call ready left.
Ready left.
Call ready right.
Turn it in.
First merge. What's happening?
2.
Oh, shoot.
Fighters.
Oh,
Shots.
is Wolf down?
What happened? I think Wolf's down. Aircraft are both flying. I think he took some battle damage, though. He's still in the fight.
Oh, man.
Let's see how this unfolds.
Game ain't over. Here we go. Another opportunity.
Third merge. There we go. Oh, man.
Wow. This is the final
I
set.
tell you what.
Who is heading to the championship? Looks like Viper possibly has a good line.
Oh, man.
How is that going to affect the aircraft after that first merge?
I tell you what, it's hard to tell how this is going to unfold, man.
Viper! Shots fired!
Yeah. Wolf doing a great job trying to get skinny and defensive, defeating those shots.
Wow.
I tell you what, this all depends
Defense.
on the
Whoa, you getting close?
Yeah.
Whoa, slow down now, Wolf.
He's turning in.
Wolf is real close. Looks like less than 100 feet close to the deck. All right. It's a lot harder to attack.
Viper's got the angle.
But will he be able to execute?
See, these guys are fighters, man. They're both still going at it.
Tick, tick, tick. Do not let time decide if you are going to advance to the championship. Settle it here, gents.
Here we go.
Shots fired. Viper shooting. Viper knows time is ticking. He can feel it. Time expired.
Time.
Wow.
Man, that was intense.
Woo!
I tell you what, how often do you get to train with battle damage on your aircraft? That first merge was awesome.
That set the tone.
Man, I saw parts flying, a little bit of wreckage, a little bit of smoke coming out.
Both of us had to stop for a second because I think all of you watching were wondering who got shot.
It was hard to tell.
Who's going down? Are they both still in the fight? Let's take another look at how that all happened. This is the first merge. There was some confusion. What did you see here, DeHiggy? Walk us through it.
Man, looks like that was Wolf that took the damage, yeah.
Yeah, Wolf did take the damage, and we were seeing the aircraft go down. Nice shot there by Viper.
I'm not sure where he took the damage. I tell you what, that's why you want the redundancy of the F-18, though.
I love.
Yeah, two engines, two tails. I mean,
it all comes down to that. The Viper versus the Hornet. I love the aggressiveness by both competitors. Both of them knew clearly the way the first two sets went. We do not want to go home empty-handed.
Yeah, I tell you what, that was one heck of a fight, man. That was some impressive work by both aircraft. I mean, I'm impressed with Wolf. He's in there in the fight. I thought at first Viper was the one that took the damage, and Wolf is still fighting an airplane that has, obviously combat damage limitations on his performance. That was awesome.
That was phenomenal. Both competitors knew at the very start they wanted to set the tone. So let's wind it back. First set, we just found out who's advancing to the championship. It's Viper.
Representing Germany.
Viper versus Hornet. Germany versus Italy. Here we go. A great finish. That was a great semifinal matchup, and that came down to the wire. Great action by both competitors. The championship is set, ladies and gents.
Man, I can't wait to see this.
This is one of the most seasoned people in the field. That is Viper. He came into the day as the #1 overall seed, and you have the young pup Maio from Italy, well represented here. I know folks in the comments have been throwing the Italy flag up, and here he is in the championship. 10K. That's 4 zeros on the line.
Yeah, man. That's going to be awesome. I'll tell you what, it could be anybody's fight. Maio, he's got, he is younger, but he has some significant experience at 10 years, in this arena. I mean, I think my eyes on Maio for this. I'll give it.
You're going with Maio, not Iceland?
I'm going to give it to the underdog. I'm all about supporting the underdog, man.
Underdog. I did not see that one coming. And you know what? Actually, I take that back. I did see it coming. Because you know why he's choosing Maio? Because Maio's flying a Hornet. That's the reason
That's what I'm talking about.
it all makes sense. That's the only reason why you're not choosing Viper. I get it now. But great journey by both of these competitors. The field started with 8. Now we're down to 2. For Maio's journey, he beat Pribs. He came into the day as a 4 seed. Then he was able to defeat Kubi, who came into the day as an 8 seed after defeating Dusty. And then Maio took care of business in the semifinals, and here he is in the championship, taking on Viper, who just had a down-to-the-wire matchup against Wolf. Both of those competitors were deserving, but Viper able to advance. That was great. And you know what that tells me? That first set that Viper had, here's a look at the full bracket, everyone. But let's remind everyone that first beam set that Viper had against Wolf, that was a game changer.
It was.
That he was able to get the splash at the buzzer beater as time expired. But take a look at the journey from Viper. He was able to beat Retro with ease. He swung through that 3 straight flawless. He was able to use good defense and offense. But now we have Germany versus Italy. Just react to this bracket, DeHiggy. What has stood out to you? Because I can't believe we reached this point. We've been here all day. People have been locked in, waiting for this moment. And then there were 2.
I tell you what, F-16 versus F-18, I want to see it.
That's all you're worried about. Are you going to be disappointed if Viper comes out on top? And will you admit to everyone possibly that the Viper is just as good as the Hornet, or never?
Never.
I will
always come down to it's about the man in the box. I don't care what machine you're in. I am absolutely biased. Always I will support the aircraft I know and love, the F-18. But ultimately, everybody that's a fighter pilot knows it comes down to the man in the box.
I heard that in
The brain is the weapon, my friend, not necessarily the aircraft.
I heard that in a movie once. See, this is why this is the real life Tom Cruise. I told you guys that. Like, this is Maverick. He just goes by DeHiggy for the show. He's got to keep his name under wraps. The legend of DeHiggy continues to grow. But man, Italy versus Germany. I am also surprised that we haven't had an American advance to the semifinals, but this is what speaks to the volume of how big the DCS world is and how many competitors that we had, qualifications from 36 different countries and so many different continents. We had so many different alternates like Retro that were very fabulous in this competition. There's a space for this, and this is massive, and this is going to continue to grow. But we're all coming down to this. Only 3 more sets, all a beam. And I think also, wow, we got to see only a beams, and that was different versus the perch in the first round.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I like the shift of gears to, the high aspect of beam starts only. I mean, we're starting from a neutral start. Let's see what you got. Put it all out on the line, and let's measure your performance and see who's victorious.
It certainly is now an even playing field. I'm looking forward to seeing the Hornet versus the Viper. All right, for everyone that's watching, drop your comments. Who do you think is going to win? Is it Mayo? Is it Viper? Is it the Hornet or is it the Viper? The young pup, 24 years old, or the old seasoned, visible, gritty veteran?
I told you, I'm going with Mayo. He's got my vote. What's your vote?
I feel like I want to be like Switzerland. I want to be down the middle. I don't want to vote at all. I love both of these competitors. It's like, I'm just happy that I'm here. We're pushing the SFL website. Make sure you get the merch and to find out more. Follow us on all the social medias, whether it's TikTok as well as Instagram. But the website is www.the-sfl.com. Lockin', this has been real fun. I got my SFL merch. I'm going to be rocking it on the plane after this. But, dude, I don't know who's going to win this one. I like the way you know what? I'm going to go with Viper.
Okay, I like it.
And
all right.
I'm not trying to be a contrarian without cause, but I really think that Viper, the way that he's been able to maneuver throughout the day, because he necessarily didn't have the strongest scores or the most wow performance in precision and speed, but I like how he's been able to handle BFM. And another reason why I'm choosing Viper, his journey to get here. While he crushed Retro, that matchup against Wolf, that was tough. Mayo hasn't seen an opponent like that.
That is true. That is true. But I'm still falling back on the experience, and he's in the mighty F&A-18, baby. I think he can handle the pressure. I think he can.
The aviation community has been locked in. They have been locked in with us all day, 8 hours, and they are here. I'm still new to this, but I know you're used to this.
I'm ready for a whole other round. Let's do this again right now.
You want to do another straight 8 hours?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
All right,
you kidding me? This is awesome.
All right, so breaking news. So after we have OTS-1, we're going to go straight into, OTS-2 is going to be on the horizon. I know this guy's ready to kick back with some wing lore after this, but we're excited for this. Championship matchup, Italy versus Germany. You have a 24-year-old versus a vet in the Iceman that you like to call because of the way he flies, and that is Viper flying the Viper. Hornet versus Viper. Throw those comments in. Is it Italy? Is it Germany? Throw your flags up. Germany, Italy flags. Mayo versus Viper. If you know either pilot, show all the love. Who do you think is going to win?
Look at the score. Look how tight it is.
185 versus 182. That's a cumulative score from the previous rounds. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you've been waiting, and it is time. Thank you for being here all day, but it's time to get down to business. Over to you, Classic. Set 1.
Viper 1, Hornet 4. Welcome to the finals. We are going to execute 3 sets. All 3 will be a beam. Fighters, this will be set 1, a beam start. Call ready left. Call ready right. 3, 2, 1, fights on.
All right, here we go. DeHiggy Championship is game time. Leave it all out on the line. Viper approaching. That tack view angle is really helpful for those watching. That is the bottom screen to find out where both aircrafts are. Just like a championship match, Both fighter pilots trying to size each other up.
All right. Looks like
Viper looks like he's going to be closing in. Is going to have a possible shot. Shot fired.
Yeah.
Splash.
That's a hit.
Viper
Man.
victorious after set 1. Well done on Mayo.
Man,
That was well
that was
done.
quick. That was well done. I tell you what.
I told you to vet.
Hey now.
I told
We're
you.
not done. We are not done.
We're not done. I'll slow back. I'll slow back, my guy. But after 1, Viper was able to kill Mayo. The first of 3 sets is in the books. We're not done. We've seen a lot of spins, twists, and turns throughout the day. But walk us through what you saw from Viper.
I'll tell you what. I mean, he was aggressive. I mean, he had a quick kill. After the first merge, no shots exchanged, but he just immediately went fangs out with the advantage there. He had an angular advantage and obviously took the shot.
All right, let's take a look at the replay. Nice kill there from Viper on the first of 3 beam sets. We know both of these competitors know what's at stake, $10,000. What are you seeing here from knots and altitude, DeHiggy?
Well, right now we're looking at 350 knots from Mayo, and obviously
That was clean, too.
it was. I mean, that was a clean shot.
Well done by Viper. We're going to find out who is going to win set 2. Remember, we've seen some changes throughout this tournament. I think Mayo now has a little bit more of a learning experience of how he's going to be able to handle Viper. But I told you, I think the way Viper attacked Mayo in this first set is all because of the semifinal and the battle-tested matchup he had against Wolf.
Yeah, I would agree all day long with that. However, Mayo is obviously a quick learner. We got 2 more sets to go.
He is a quick learner. He's been doing this for literally half his life. Since he was a teen, and here he is in the championship trying to fight for $10,000. What would you do with $10K if you were 24?
I mean, man. I'd feel like a millionaire at 24 if I had an extra 10K of cash. That would be phenomenal.
Are you a motorcycle kind of guy?
I do have a motorcycle.
Would you have purchased a motorcycle if you had won the SFL OTS-1 10K?
Well, at that age, actually, I did purchase a motorcycle for about that amount.
Wait, you serious?
I did, yeah.
At 24?
Right in flight school.
Get out of here. I know why you purchased it. Tom Cruise, Top Gun. Is that the reason?
Maybe it had something to do with it. I just always have liked motorcycles my whole life.
I did not know. Was it the same brand?
He was on a Kawasaki Ninja. No,
And they made a new Kawasaki, I know, just because of Top Gun 2 for him.
They did. They had a phenomenal one they came out with. Unfortunately, it never
Top Gun
aired.
Maverick.
Yeah, never aired. I got some history behind the scenes for you on that, but not for now.
Share with the folks. You want to spill the deets?
Yeah, I think Kawasaki was looking to come out with a motorcycle that was phenomenal for Maverick to ride, but unfortunately they went back to the nostalgic version after the movie got released during COVID, well after the original date. So I don't know all the details there. I just know it didn't unfold the way it necessarily was going to in one of the scripts they had.
Translation, top secret information. DeHiggy doesn't want to share everything with us. But that's awesome to know. I didn't know that you ride motorcycles.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, are you the world's most interesting man?
I guess so. I don't know.
Like,
I'm just doing my thing. I don't know.
There's so many facets to you. Like, truly, I'm in the gym with this guy, and he's doing handstands just casually without any assistance. You do it all. Maybe you are agent. I know you have the IFB thing going right now.
Got all the answers in my ear.
That is the Oracle speaking to us. This is the Matrix. Red pill, blue pill. Oh wait, we do have the red and the blue.
The red and the blue.
I know, right? I didn't even try to do that. That is funny. All right, that was an amazing showdown between Mayo and Viper. 10K on the line. We're getting both pilots ready for set number 2. Remember, no more perks. That's out the window. And it all comes down to this. We only have 2 more to go, ladies and gents. Is Mayo going to be able to bounce back? Because if Mayo doesn't, then it's pretty much Viper's game. It all comes down to this. Pressure makes diamonds. A 24-year-old, when you purchase that motorcycle, I don't know if you've been put into this type of environment before.
I mean, pressure is on for sure. I mean, I don't know if I'm making diamonds, at 24 years old, but this kid is good. I think we're going to see something out of him. He's going to come back in this next set. At least I hope he does. He's going to be a quick learner. At a young age of 24, he's got a long ways to go. And I guarantee you, this is a competitor we're going to see again in OTS-2 in future events to follow, and eventually in the live series.
I think what's also amazing about all of these competitors today is that there's going to be an arc. A storyline is building. Some of these competitors have had storylines just throughout today. But remember, some of these characters that are competing in OTS-1, you're going to see them in future events. I can't wait to see the day where the LED screen is behind us. LPS, we're going to have walk-up music from some of these players. They're in the rig. They have the oxygen mask. Temperature's high, and they're locked in, trying to maneuver through precision and speed. That is going to be the moment I'm excited for.
Oh, yeah. I can't wait to see it. It's almost like WWF for fighter pilots.
I like that. The precision, F1 kind of style, all airs for that. All right, man. What I would love to know is when we do reach LPS and I do beat you down in front of the global audience, because I will probably be in a Viper and he'll be in some measly Hornet, but what would your walk-up song be? We know it's not going to be Taylor Swift or Cardi B. What would the walk-up song be?
You could go with something old school like a Wild Thing or something like Metallica or AC/DC maybe. How about that?
I didn't expect that one. That wasn't on the bingo card. And this guy also just learned how to play drums like 5 weeks ago.
When you say learned how to play drums, what you mean is I'm learning how to play drums.
You've already done shows and you know how to play a handful of songs.
I tell you what, drums, it's a humbling experience. It's a lot harder than it looks.
All right, guys, enough with the rant. You already know what time it is. We're back at it. Both pilots are ready. You know how the first set went. We just mentioned Viper. Nice kill on Mayo. Classic is ready, and it's over to you for set number 2. Let's go. All right, Dahiggy. Here's the first
Turn
merge.
it in. All right, Viper
Shots
already
fired by
employed at the
Viper.
merge.
Viper's not playing games. He's trying to end this easily.
Let's go, Mayo. Get back in the fight.
Sound like you're feeling a little nervous about your Hornet. Do not let this come down to time. These guys have to be aggressive. Take your time, Mayo.
All right, we're in another 2-circle fight.
There was
Working
no
downhill to the deck.
These guys are close to the mountains. They got to get up. Mayo trying to pull in. We're going to have another merge coming up.
Here we go. We're down.
All right, here we
got
go.
A neutral merge.
Fire.
Oh, exchanging
Oh.
shots.
Woo!
Couldn't tell if anybody took
Nothing
damage
landed. I did not see anything land. Time is ticking, gents.
there. Yeah.
You have to be encouraged by this if you're Viper, but you cannot let this come down to the clock because Mayo can get a last-second kill. Time is ticking. Mayo has a good angle, possibly.
Oh, man, reverse.
All right,
Viper.
Mayo. He's not getting close enough. Time is ticking. Tick, tick, tick. 120 seconds.
Here we go. Got a little tail chase going on right now.
Mayo trying to pull in closer.
Yeah, I think we may have lost sight. Is Viper trying to run away?
And there is the time. So that is a scratch.
I tell you what, who was offensive at the end? I think Mayo had the
Mayo.
advantage at the end. I'm telling
Mayo
you what,
did
he
have
had
the
a huge advantage.
He did, and we're going to factor that into the UIS. Offense and defense count. And once again, a reminder for whoever does win this championship match, we're going to be able to hear from them and walk us through their strategy, what they're going to do with the $10,000. But whoo, this is what it was meant to be. It all comes down to the final set, Dahiggy.
It
First
does.
set was Viper. Nice kill. Second set, Mayo. Really strategic and was able to end at least offensively. Let's take a look at the replay on how the second set factored and weighed out. We have a nice angle here from Mayo.
Oh, looks like we got a forward quarter shot opportunity. There
All
we
right.
go, yeah.
But this is where we thought possibly there was a damage to each aircraft. Nothing landed.
No rounds landed. That, my folks, that is exactly why you want to get skitty. It is hard to get those bullets on the skin of the other aircraft. I mean, it is very difficult, particularly with those track crossing rates that emerge there. That is very challenging.
It's just a reminder, there's a reason why both of these gents are in the championship, regardless of their age, regardless of what country they're representing. They know the DCS world. They're locked into SFL OTS-1, and it's all going to come down to one more set.
One more set,
10K
baby.
on the line.
Yeah.
Maybe you could buy a motorcycle just like this guy.
On that last set, I'm not sure. I think Viper may have lost sight again. I think he did previously as well,
Yes,
just for a moment. And that costs you, man. That could cost you your life. You have to maintain sight.
He lost sight against Wolf, and he also just did it. That's back to back.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, that's a game changer. You lose sight, you have no idea where to position your aircraft. You have no idea if you feel defensive where to put your control zone. And if you turn the wrong way, it might just present your control zone to your adversary. And that's exactly what happened. Mayo capitalized on that, and he didn't get the kill at the very end, but he is obviously coming in for the.
He ended offensively.
Absolutely. I mean, he is set up right now in the heart of the far end of the control zone, and he's just closing down that gap.
That TAC view has been money to see how both aircraft are
Absolutely.
maneuvering. Classic is going to be set for the final set for the championship. Mayo versus Viper. All right, it's coming down to this, gents.
It's tight.
Let's go. Final set, over to you, Classic.
Here comes the
Here's the
merge.
first to beam. Viper with an early shot.
Mayo redefining nose low. I like it.
This is the last set, DeHiggy. It's all coming down to this. Who is going to be the first ever SFL OTS champion?
This is what it's all about.
Mayo. These guys are low.
Merge 2.
They're trying to size each other up. They got to land it.
Here we go. Come on.
Time is not going to be on your side. Take advantage of
Viper's
the
turning
now.
in. Viper's got an angular advantage here.
Viper, will he shoot? Viper's closing in. Viper,
Mayo.
closer. Closer, Viper.
Mayo forcing the merge.
Wow. That was nice.
Gotta watch the deck.
These guys are real close to it. They're trying to recircle.
All right, Viper's in the vertical, going high.
We're getting closer to 120 seconds.
Here we go.
These guys have to employ their weapons. Guns only, guys. Who is going to be the champion?
See the vapes coming off Viper? He's digging for it.
Here we go. Pushing through. We have another opportunity.
Yeah. Mayo with another gun in play.
Nothing. Guys, closer to 120 seconds.
Here we
Tick,
go.
tick, tick. It's coming.
Oh, man.
Time expired.
I wanted to see a kill.
I wanted to see a kill for the championship.
Yeah.
It ends like that. We're all going to be standing by to find out.
Man.
Is it Viper? Is it Mayo? Germany? Italy?
I don't know what to tell you, man. Like, that was a pretty good fight. We had shots
Let's take a look
exchanged
at
from
the
both
replay.
players.
Let's take a look at the replay because there were opportunities for both pilots. Here's a look at one merge, and you had an opportunity to employ weapons. Just missed them. Wow. That was like Mayo.
We're talking inches.
You talk about
Inches.
Mayo literally escaped it just like that.
Man. He was skinny, though. You saw him. He was skinny. Wingtip on and pull, baby.
Inches in the fighter pilot community, that was that close.
That's the way it goes, man. He's still alive.
Still alive, and we're going to find out which one of these gents is going to be crowned champion. It's only a matter of time that we're going to find out the result. But to say that we got to this point to Higgy, it only makes sense that it came down to the wire. And both of these guys, we saw it coming down to the final seconds. They were being strategic and trying to kill each other.
Yeah, they were both, they had an aggressive pressure game plan. I mean, they were both fangs out. You saw gun employments from, both players throughout the fight. So, I mean, I don't know where we're going to go with this. I mean, I'm excited to see how the score unfolds.
We're on the edge of our seats, just like y'all, to find out, is it Mayo? Is it Viper? And we know who you're rooting for.
Yeah.
Viper versus Hornet. Throw the comments in. Who do you think should be dancing as the first ever SFL OTS champion? Who should be crowned? It should only be one. Is it Viper? Is it Mayo?
Here we go.
Drum roll
Let's see what
time.
we got.
Who's going to be winning? First ever SFL OTS champ. It's Viper.
Yeah.
The Viper beats the Hornet. Mayo goes down. It all came down to the final of being said. Both of these competitors left it all out on the line, but it's Viper who came into today as the #1 overall. Like you said,
from the beginning, Viper flies like Iceman, ice cold.
This guy's switching sides. Y'all hear this? Really? It was this close.
I mean, we're talking, it came right down to the points. And these competitors both threw it all out there. You know, Mayo did an outstanding job. Viper, however, just outpaced him in this fight.
Oh my gosh, we're gonna have a live interview and get a chance to hear from Mario Schweiger, representing Germany, also known as Viper, flying the Viper. Throw some comments though and love for Mayo, who did a great job in the championship, both of these competitors, and for everybody in the field. Wherever you're tuning in from, I saw some folks from Australia. Show some love in the comments. First ever SFL OTS Champ from OTS-1 is Viper. This has been an insane day.
It has. I tell you what I'm excited about? OTS-2.
Of course you are, but we still have SFL OTS-1. We got to hear from Viper. We got to speak about his strategy.
I know. I'm just strategizing right now how I can get my hands into the DCS arena and sharpen my skills.
Yeah, you need
for
to.
OTS-2.
Because
I'm coming after you.
Yeah, you're going to need a lot of practice. A lot of practice. Viper, an amazing journey. We spoke about the seeds coming into today, but how he was able to handle speed, then precision. He ran through the first round. He beat Retro. Then he had one of the best matchups we've seen all day outside of the championship match. Him and Wolf going toe-to-toe. I believe all 3 sets came down to the final seconds. All 3 of them. Viper had a great kill in the very first set, and he was able to use that to advance to the championship. And now he had a great 3 sets versus Mayo, and here he is crowned as champion.
Man, I tell you what, that's awesome. You know what would even make this day even better? If we could get the Tiger Mercs,
the Tiger Mercs, yeah. Shout out the squadron.
The High Alpha Hooligans all together, in the same bar after this to celebrate. How awesome would that be?
I mean, it's possible. LPS, we can get all of them to pull up.
I mean, we are in Vegas.
Yeah, we are in Vegas. You know what? World's most interesting man. You got the card. Shots on you.
Hey.
Wing lore.
I tell you what, we have wing lore available.
We do.
We do.
Viper, man.
I'm excited about that tonight.
I can't believe how all this played out. You've been high on Mayo. What did you see from him throughout the day to know that he had a chance to advance to the championship? And then also, how did you like how Viper navigated the day to reach that point?
I tell you what, I'm impressed with both of these competitors. I mean, all of them made mistakes, right? I mean, they did. Every single competitor here made mistakes. But it's how they handled those mistakes, how they corrected themselves, and how they came back with a vengeance to compose themselves, get it all together, and get after it in the next event. And, I think these guys fought all the way to the end. Seeing it end up without a kill at the end is a testament to both of these guys, fighting all the way to the buzzer.
Yeah, they certainly did. And a reminder, I think once again, it goes back to that semifinal set. I believe that was huge. I'm going to ask Viper about that battle between him and Wolf. But I think that molded him and got him prepared for the championship match. I think who you play before you get to that championship match and that road helps. You have to play who's in front of you. Yes. And skills are going to matter, head-to-head matchups, just like any type of fight in boxing. Skills are going to decide what is the outcome. But I do think that him and Wolf going after it helped him beat Mayo.
I would agree with you all day long there. That was the one event where I'm sure Viper, questioned his skills versus the number 2 seed going into that. Probably wished he was fighting some of the other competitors.
Of course.
But I tell you what, he gathered himself and he went out there and he performed. I mean, that's what it's all about. You have to put it all together when it matters. Dogfighting, I mean, it's the king of sports in my opinion, my friend.
Multiple skills were on display, but Viper is crowned champion. We're getting everything ready so we can chat with Viper and find out about his showdown against Mayo as well as his showdown against Wolf, his whole day, and how he was able to navigate the field and the course. This has been fun. We finally reached this point. We've been here all day. We got Sibley standing by because she's been here. We still have a lot more to discuss, and I want to hear from Viper about his strategy.
Same here. I mean, Viper, in my opinion, he came into this strictly business. I saw the interview that he submitted, and
when you know.
I mean, he was in this purely, professional, sharp, and you could tell, he's a competitor. he came into it number one. That speaks volumes of the the skill set that he had to get there, and obviously he came out on top. In my opinion, it's hard to stay on top, right? It's easy to be on top for a little bit, but it's hard to stay there. So we'll see how this unfolds in future OTSs, because I'm sure we're going to see all of these competitors come back again.
It would be nice, and it would be nice especially if Viper is able to lock in for OTS2, because he has a championship to defend